How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Was that O'Boyle and X?
I think so. Oh, after the debrief.
Tonight's official crew for Sectional 20, the referee, Olin Roberts, umpire, Bryce Kaler, linesman, John Vachon, line judge, Charles Dempsey, and the back judge, Dan Larson.
About 4 minutes away. I'm going to give you program feed in about 2 minutes here.
Thank you. We're live with Summit City.
We are live.
With Summit City, we're live.
The Marx Brothers. Help me.
We're live with Summit City.
We have a Ford Escape and a Chevy Cruze that are blocking in other cars on the north campus. License number 886 MC0. License number DE3468. We ask that you please move your cars immediately. Chevy Cruze, Ford Escape on the north campus.
Sean, I won't even introduce Father. We'll just go hot to the prayer.
Thank you.
That's thinking.
I'm going to give you program feed now, guys.
Thank you.
You know, Jerry, you're really quick with math. I've noticed that over the years. You look at that screen, you know exactly how much more it's going to take. And I just...
How do you know I'm right?
Because I'm not very good at math.
I can throw any number out right now. I have pledge dry brain after 5 days. So,
well, I can tell you, there's only three kinds of people in the world: those that can count and those that can't. And I'm the third kind.
Al's somewhere in between. So,
all right, well, we got to get out of here in a minute and a half. So, Doug, Joe, Alan, Richard, and Al. Thank you, guys. You want to give our listeners, let's give them a hand.
Yeah.
Fantastic hand. The volunteers, our chair couples for this share-a-thon. We had two of them, and we want to thank Paul and Catherine Shanley from St. Matthew Cathedral in South Bend, John and Janet Enrietto from St. Elizabeth and Seton in Fort Wayne. All of our food donors, volunteers.
I could go stand on the field.
Boy, I'll tell you,
like one of those
call
media guys,
answerers,
hold the game
the
up.
prayers. We have people praying each hour throughout the share-a-thon. And you, our beloved listeners and donors, thank you all so much. So, guys, until the spring, I hope you plan on being back.
We'll be here if you are.
Well, if they'll have me, I'll be back, and I know they'll have you guys. So.
Well, we'd like to thank you also, Jerry, for coming all this way, and then doing what you do best. So
praise God. Have mouth will talk. I guess it's what I do. So, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. It's time now for. Well, here, let me give you the phone number one more time, just for that person who is contemplating making up the difference here. 888-436-1450. 888-436-1450. 1450 for those of you in South Bend. It's Catholic Answers
Stand by,
Live.
guys. Here we go.
For those listening in the Fort Wayne area, the sports guys now are going to bring you Bishop Dwenger football on Redeemer Radio. Thanks and God bless.
And again,
WRDF, Columbia City, Fort Wayne. WRDI, Napanee, South Bend.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to high school football here on Redeemer Radio. We're going to send the broadcast down to the sidelines for our opening prayer.
Here you go, Father.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask that you send your Holy Spirit and protect both of these teams, Mississinewa and Bishop Dwenger, and enlighten us with your love, especially both these athletes who give great glory to God, but also to all of our listeners. We ask all this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen.
Thank you, Father.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bishop John M. Darcy Stadium tonight. It is Sectional 2 playoff action featuring the Bishop Dwenger Saints versus the Mississinewa Indians. Hi, everybody. Sean McBride here. Joined with me up in the booth is Joe Warden. On the sidelines tonight is Nick Gray and Mark Watts. Joe Warden, we've got a contest on our hands.
Hey, big game. Undefeated Mississinewa Indians coming in here ranked number 5 in 4A. And all they bring in here to Bishop Darcy Stadium is the number 2 offense in all of 4A, Sean. And not only that, it gets better. They bring in the number 1 defense in all of 4A. This team is undefeated. Playmakers all around. This is going to be a dogfight for the number 8 ranked Bishop Dwenger Saints.
We are coming in hot here to Bishop John M. Darcy Stadium on the campus of beautiful University of St. Francis here on the south side of Fort Wayne. And tonight, the Bishop Dwenger Saints look to move on in 4A sectional play, vying for a state crown, or check that, sectional crown next week. But they have to get past the Mississinewa Indians, and tonight it is no easy contest. The flip is done. The teams are taking the field. We're going to check in very quickly with Mark Watts down on Kevin Donnelly Field. Mark, what are the conditions down there? What do you have for us?
Thanks, Sean. Beautiful out here tonight. No wind, 60 degrees on the turf. Just a fabulous night to play football. Back to you.
All right, Mississinewa has chosen to kick the ball away. They're kicking left to right on your radio dial. Bishop Dwenger Saints back deep, and we are seconds away from the kick from the 40. And here it is, into the air, crossing the field to the right side, taken by an up back near the 28, gets to the 30, looking for some room. Watercutter gets tripped up and dropped at the 31-yard line. Not much of a return there for the Saints, but still setting up in good field position on the far side of the field at the 31. Folks, in case you would rather watch our broadcast instead of just listen, you can check out SummitCitySports.com. They are live streaming upstairs, and so it could be a very interesting game to watch here. Again, as Joe mentioned, undefeated Mississinewa, wearing all white with the red trim tonight, and here come the gold helmets on the field, led by Blake Pichelny.
It's like Wildcat off the bat.
Almon Clark from the shotgun. Here's the snap. He looks for some room around the right side. Spinning his way through the defense. Gets out to the 35-yard line. So a gain of 4 on the first play from scrimmage. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
We're going to announce the starters. Let's hurry up offense, Sean. So here we go. Amon Clark's coming off the field, though he lost a shoe. Threw a shoe.
Yes, he did. All right, so it looks like Pichelny's going to be in the shotgun with a single setback. 2 wideouts to the left side. Here's a snap. Play action, looking to throw, right side, going deep. He's got a man open. Oh, and it is just knocked away and incomplete. He was going for Jordan Hudson, who was lined up in the slot. And good defense that time by Mississinewa.
Good defense is right, Sean. Defender got his hand in right at the last minute. Talking to the coaches for Bishop Dwenger, they felt like they had an advantage in the speed category. And we saw it right there, trying to take one early.
So an incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 6 for the Saints. This is their first drive. 11:22 remaining in the first quarter. They're going to line up with a trips package to the left side with a single setback, offset right. Here's a snap, flow, pitch, option. Good penetration by Mississinewa. The ball is loose and on the ground, and it looks like Mississinewa may have come up with it.
I think they did. The pitch to Effinger. Effinger did not handle it. Ball's on the ground, and there's the first turnover of the game. Sean, when I looked at this Mississinewa team, something that jumped out at me for the season, they are plus 31 in the turnover ratio. Sean, you heard me right. Plus 31. They get after the ball.
And that time they got after it, and it turned into great field position here for the Indians as they take over 1st and 10 at the Dwenger 29-yard line. Now the Indians on offense, led by number 13, Cade McCoyne. He is a 6'1", 170-pound junior. They've got a couple of very good playmakers, younger playmakers here. Their tailback tonight, Cade Campbell, 5'6", 150-pound. He is a true freshman.
True freshman, small guy, but they say he can really move.
Look for the favorite receiver for the Indians is 21, Heisman Skeens. Here's a pitch. No, wait, they whistled the play dead.
Timeout, Mississinewa.
So sudden change, not taking well to Mississinewa so far.
Got it.
Let's check in with Mark Watts.
The play clock, it was down to 2. So I think they just wanted to call timeout, make sure they were all squared away. But they were going to lose 5 yards, so that's why they called that timeout. Back to you guys. All
righty, with the ball again on the 29-yard line. 5 yards would be costly, especially from the first play from scrimmage on offense.
Sean, this offense for Mississinewa, everything runs through number 21, the sophomore, Heisman Skeens. They try to get him the ball. He'll line up at running back. He'll line up at receiver. They'll put him in motion to get favorable matchups. 21 is the kid they want to get the ball in his hands and look for play action. Once they've established the run, look for them to take shots down the field. They really have a lot of fun. They seem to play loose and have a lot of fun when they're on offense.
Timeout is over. They come back up to the line here, again led by Cade McCoyne. Under center, I formation. Here's a pitch going to the right side. Is at the line of scrimmage, gets knocked out of bounds. Won't be much of a gain there. Looks like again number 35, Cade Campbell, the freshman, on the run that time. May have gotten a yard, brings up 2nd and 9. Well, not much of a yard. If in fit, yeah, mark it back at the 29-yard line. We're going to call that 2nd and 10, actually. He did get out of bounds, stopping the clock at 11:08. I formation again, 2 wideouts to the left side. As number 13, McCoyne, looks over the defense, gets under center now. Here's a snap. Again, give it to the tailback. That's number 21 this time, and he runs to the left side. Gets into the linebacker court inside the 25, down to about the 22. Let's check in with Mark Watts.
Okay, Mississinewa came out unbalanced that time, and the Dwenger coaches caught it. They started yelling unbalanced, but the Dwenger kids did not adjust to it. So we'll watch that this drive.
Call that a gain of 7, brings up a 3rd and 3. Again, Heisman Skeens, the ball carrier that time. Offense taking their time. Looks like a power I right this time. Quarterback again under center. Now a man in motion to the right side. That's Skeens. Here's a snap, play action, rolling right, looking to throw. He's got a little pressure, gets the ball away. No, big sack. It's on the ground.
Incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass.
Arm was going forward is the official call from the White Hat.
So it looks like Sam Henry got in there and got some penetration and knocked the ball away as the quarterback was releasing. And that's going to be an incomplete. Brings up a 4th and 3.
When you look at these Saints, the Saints do get to the quarterback. They have 41 team sacks on the season. 41. And you look at Mississinewa, their team sacks, only 2.
Okay. So let's see what they do here. Looks like 4-down territory for the Mississinewa Indians. Empty backfield, 3 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. Here is the snap. He looks to throw, guns it over the middle. It's up, it is caught, and he is knocked after the catch for no gain afterwards. Boy, did he take a shot, but he kept the ball. 1st and 10 for the Indians.
That was Heisman Skeens. That's the guy they go to, and he is still on the ground. Big hit delivered there. I didn't see you delivered hit, but it was big. They need, when I say they, Mississinewa needs Heisman Skeens in the game.
Yeah, and he is down. He took a big shot. It was a clean shot. No flags on the play here.
39 got him.
And it looks like for the Bishop Dwenger Saints, Isaac Bloom
delivered a blow. And Isaac Bloom's a hitter. Listen,
he is.
Yeah. We remember watching his older brother Will Bloom play. Yeah. He was a hitter. Isaac is the same way.
We're going to go ahead and step out for a little 30-second break here, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Playoff Football Action on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Make a difference in your life and others by joining. Every great team has focus and talent, and at Parkview Sports Medicine, our focus is on you. From performance training and nutrition counseling to orthopedic surgery, athletic rehab, and more, Parkview Sports Medicine's got you covered. You can trust us to bring together today's top experts in sports medicine to improve the performance and treatment of athletes like you. Go to parkview.com/sportsmedicine to learn how we can help you and the athletes in your life be your best. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game.
And we are back
And he
to
took a
live action
shot.
here, ladies and gentlemen, from Bishop Darcy Stadium, where a completed pass results in an injured player. Heisman Skeens, the big playmaker for Mississinewa, now makes his way off the field with 10:16 to go here in the first quarter. And again, it looks like they're going to bring up a 1st and goal from the 10 for the Indians. So again, on the opening drive for Bishop Dwenger, they received the kickoff. They got to the 29-yard line and fumbled the ball.
1st and goal.
And now Mississinewa has moved the chains and setting themselves up to do some damage here early in the first quarter. I formation. Here's a rollout left. He's looking to throw. He's got pressure. Throws it into the end zone. That's
intercepted.
Intercepted in the end zone. Running back down the other sideline. He's got it out to the 15, maybe to the 18-yard line. Amon Clark. That's what we're getting from the PA.
Amon Clark makes the interception, Sean, his 2nd interception of the year.
That was huge for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. A pick in the end zone, and Clark runs it back to the 16-yard line. So Dwenger dodges a bullet as Mississinewa was in the red zone and throws a pick.
Sean McCoyne, the fine junior quarterback for Mississinewa, has thrown 21 touchdowns this year and only 1 interception all season.
Yeah.
That's his 2nd.
That was big. So here come the Saints again on offense. 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line. Piccioni in the shotgun, trips package to the left, 1 wide right. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Right side, he gets to the 20, out to the 25 before he's knocked out of bounds.
Piccioni for a big gain.
So a nice gain out past the 20 to the 25. And that's going to be a gain of 9 yards. Brings up a 2nd and 1.
yards for Piccioni, bringing up a 2nd and 1.
They did feel like Piccioni was going to be able to run against this defense of Mississinewa when I talked to the coaches earlier in the week.
Clock stopped at 9:54 as Piccioni was knocked out of bounds. Down to about 14 on the play clock as they come up to the line with split backs, wide out left and right, double tights. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a counter. Pitch to the right side. That is Jordan Hudson on the carry that time. Gets the first down past the 30, out to the 32, maybe the 33.
The Saints on the field, to me, Sean, early just look faster.
Baker
They look like they're getting to the edge
for the
and getting around the edge.
We're going to check the starting lineups here for you as we can get those in. What do you have for us,
Here we
Joe?
go. Blake Piccioni, obviously, is a quarterback. Your 2 running backs are Mitch Effinger and Mike Hake getting the start tonight. Receivers are Amon Clark, Bradley Black, and Eddie Morris. We'll talk about the line after this play.
1st and 10 for the Saints, out to the 32. Trips to the left, 1 wide right. Here's a snap, high snap this time. Quarterback again decides to keep it. Don't know if that was a broken play or not, but he falls forward through the line.
4 yards.
Gets 3 or 4 on the carry.
The offensive line for the Saints tonight getting to start: Joe Tippman at left tackle, Mitch Campbell, Frank Yanko, Sam Henry, Marco Olivas. They average 6'1", 250 on the offensive line. For the offensive starters for this Bishop Dwenger Saints, there are 7 seniors, 3 juniors, and 1 sophomore.
Gain of 3 on the quarterback keeper that time. Brings up a 2nd and 7 with 9:15 to go in the first quarter. Still zeros on the scoreboard. This is the 2nd possession for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. First one resulted in a fumble. Man in motion is Amon Clark behind the quarterback. They fake it to him, go to the right side. The ball is on the ground. Bad pitch. It's picked up off the carpet. And falling forward around the edge is Jordan Hudson.
The Mississinewa Indians love to blitz. Okay, they love to mix up their fronts defensively, and they love to blitz. And you saw it there. They brought heat off the edge right into the play.
Yeah.
Nice defensive call by Mississinewa.
All right, so Effinger checking in for the Bishop Dwenger Saints as Jordan Hudson checks out. He gained a yard on that play. Brings up a 3rd and 5 now. Ball resting at the 37-yard line. Twins to the right, single setback, twins to the left. Working off the right hash mark. Piccioni from the shotgun. Play action, looks to throw, guns it out to the flats. It is caught. No yards after the catch. It might be close to Eddie Morris, number 12 out there. They do give him the first down.
Wow, they didn't measure that.
No.
That seems really close to me, Sean. I think
agree.
if I'm on the other side of the field, the Indian side, I'm asking for a measurement.
Hey, yeah.
Chains have moved.
Yeah. But a 1st and 10 here for the Saints. They keep the drive alive. Here's a snap, pitch, right side. Effinger looking for some room, cuts back. Gets a yard or 2 out to the 45.
Pick up of about 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Saints.
Again, this is a fast-moving first quarter as the Saints go to a no-huddle
Brought
look.
down by Ormsby.
The Indians have 7 two-way starters, Sean. They might be trying to tire them out early here.
Good thought. Gain of 2 on 2nd and 8 now for the Saints. Piccioni in the shotgun with a single setback. Looks over the defense, awaiting the snap. Here it is. Play action, looks to throw. Has pressure, ducks out, gets to the corner. He's at the 50, he's at the 45, gets to the 40, puts a shoulder into it, and knocked out of bounds inside the 35.
And the sideline erupts, Sean. Yes. They love to see their quarterback, the field general, deliver a blow to a defensive back.
So they are into Mississinewa territory for the first time tonight, all the way down to the 33-yard line. And again, no huddle offense for Bishop Dwenger as they shift around. Black going to the far side of the field on the right. Single setback is Effinger, and Piccioni is in the shotgun. To the slot right is Almon Clark. Here's a snap. Play action, looking to throw. Looks right, going deep. He's got Clark on the run. In the end zone.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. There it is. Saints on the score.
Amon Clark on the catch. Amon Clark started the drive with the interception in the other end zone, Sean, and he finishes it in the Saints end zone here for 6. That is Amon Clark's 4th touchdown reception of the season.
That is a 33-yard throw and catch from Piccioni to Amon Clark, and 6 points on the board for your Bishop Dwenger Saints.
This Indians team is only giving up 9 points per game, Sean. 9 points per game. Again, I said it, number 1 in 4A.
C.J. Booth, number 19 in for the PAT. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up. And it is good. 7-0 here at 7:29 is your marker in the first quarter. Saints on top, 7-0. Stick around, folks. You're listening to Playoff Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Hey, sports fans, listen to who just scored again.
I thought
John Sullivan with Remax.
I think the key's going to be on Mine Clock tonight. They can't cover him.
You need the best coach around.
And the other thing, they're playing a 5-2.
Score
and
call Remax
they can't play the secondary that they need to be effective because they've got too many guys in the box. So Dwenger should be able to throw on them all night if they stay in that 52.
Okay, good point.
All right.
We are back to live action, ladies and gentlemen, here where the Bishop Dwenger Saints have scored on a 33-yard throw and catch from Piccioni to Amon Clark. And I think that was on a first down.
First down, yeah. Again, I'm kind of tracking first downs tonight, Sean. I want to see, if the Saints are mixing it up on first down, not just running. And right there you saw a first down pass for a touchdown.
And we've seen the Saints this year, especially in second half of action, really kind of go to a more vanilla look. 2 runs and a throw, 2 runs and a throw. So this could be very interesting because we do know from past experience and talking to the coaches that they scout themselves.
Right. They want to see if they have any tendencies in their play calling.
Yeah.
And it's good to see them throw a pass in there on first down.
Here come the Saints to kick this one away. Again, C.J. Booth from the 40, kicking right to left on your radio dial. Low liner this time. It's taken by number 21, looking for some room, gets wrapped up at the 20, steps out of a tackle, going crossfield now, 25-30. He's got a lane out to the 35-yard line before he is taken down. That's Heisman Skeens, obviously has recovered from the hit.
Yeah, good for Mississinewa that Heisman is back out there. And again, everything flows through him. He returns kicks, he kicks field goals. He does it all for this Indians team.
So here they come, the Indians, again wearing white with the red trim. Going to be set up at their own 36-yard line. Looking over the defense is their quarterback, number 13, Cade McCoy. He's got a trips package to the left, 2 wide right, empty backfield now. Here's the snap. He looks to throw. Quarterback keeper through the middle. Little draw did not bite. Frankie Yanko.
They are having a hard time with Yanko and Henry up front right now. This offensive line is. And let me tell you something. The play was there.
Yes.
There was a huge hole for the quarterback to go on the draw, but Frankie Yanko got around his guy and made a tackle, holding McCoy to just a 1-yard gain.
2nd and 9 now. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Saints up 7-0. And again, taking their time. They don't really huddle, but they do check their wrists, looking for the plays, taking time to set up. Again, trips package, spread out wide. Now a man in motion across the line of scrimmage. They give it to him. Jet sweep, left side, has the edge. No, he does not. Frankie Yanko gets his paws on him from behind and brings him down for a small gain.
bringing up a big third down.
Yeah, big down. 3rd and 6 now coming up for the Saints. Ball resting right at Mississinewa's 40-yard line.
2 big offensive tackles for Mississinewa. Let's talk about them. Evan Wilkins, 6'4", 305. The other tackle, Hayden Trent, 6'6", 315. 2 big guys anchoring this offensive line for Mississinewa.
Here's a snap. He rolls to his right, looking to throw. Has some time back in the pocket, looking for it. Now he's got pressure. He's dancing around. He's being chased. Wings it up into the air and incomplete.
Henry and Yanko again. Henry and Yanko are disrupting things early here at Bishop Darcy Stadium, and that's a good sign for the Saints defense, who has given up 25 points per game the last 4 outings.
So 4th and 6 now coming up for Mississinewa. And it looks like the punt team is coming on.
Andrew Weiss back to punt for the Indians.
And let's see, the punter back there is going to be near the 25. That's Andrew Weiss. He's going to launch it from about the 28.
The Indians have only punted 19 times all season. They average 30 yards per punt.
I think that's Effinger and Hake back there, back deep for the Saints. Now we've got a timeout, or a flag being thrown. And it looks like maybe a false start against Mississinewa.
False start, Mississinewa.
So that is going to move them back 5 yards. Back to the 35. They reset and prepare to kick it away again. Here's a snap. It's a good snap. He grabs it. End over end kick, a little low, going to the right side, trickling out of bounds. Takes a nice Mississinewa roll. Continues to roll inside the 30, and finally will check up near the 27-yard line.
At the Bishop Dwenger 26-yard line.
Well, folks, just a reminder that you can follow Redeemer Radio on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Search for Redeemer Radio and like, follow, and tweet us to join in on the conversation. So the Bishop Dwenger defense holds. And now here come the gold helmets on offense. Again, led by number 15, the senior quarterback, Blake Piccioni. He checks in at 6'1", 200. And the play will look like a double wing set with 2 wideouts to the right.
Looks like now the Indians have moved to a 4-man front, a 4-3.
Now a man in motion. Here's a snap. And it looks like, yes, they did give it to the first man through. That's Brooks looking for some room. Started right, goes to the left. Hudson that time. Jordan Hudson, number 23, gets it out to the 31-yard line.
Got something.
Call that a gain of 4. Mark Watts from the sidelines. What do you have?
Okay, Sean, you're right, Joe. They went to the 43, and I think they were in that 5-2, and they can't cover what Dwenger's doing offensively pass-wise. So they've got to run this 4-3 so they can get an extra guy to help them on pass defense.
And here we go on 2nd and 6 now. Here's a snap up front. Amon Clark on the carry, breaks it out to the right side. He's got the first down and more out to the 40 before he's brought down from behind. But not before a nice run and a first down for the Saints.
There's the speed factor, Sean. Right there. It was meant to go right. Inside run. There was nothing there. Amon Clark bounced it outside and beat 2 white jerseys trying to get around the corner.
He gets it out to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Saints with 4:35 remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 is your score. Saints on top. Piccioni in the shotgun. Twins right and left. Single setback. Here's a snap. Play action. Looks right. Throws right. From the slot. Amon Clark. He's got the catch. Steps back. Steps out of a tackle. Goes forward. Is knocked down inside Mississinewa territory.
What a move by Amon Clark. And unfortunately, the defenders ran into each other.
Yes.
And one of them still on the ground. And that's the quarterback, McCoy.
Cade McCoy. Again, Joe, you talked about it, and it was easy to miss because we didn't have a lot of time before the broadcast, but 7 two-way starters for Mississinewa.
Right. Saints only had 5.
Yeah. Might make a difference.
McCoy's checking out of the game. He's going to get a splash.
So another first down for the Saints on the Clark reception into Mississinewa territory. Ball resting in between the 46 and 47-yard line. Twins right and left. Piccioni moves up under center this time. Now a man in motion coming across the line of scrimmage to the press box. Here's a snap, give through the middle, looking for some room. Taken down almost immediately is Effinger on the carry that time.
Brought down.
We'll call that a gain of 1.5, right to the 45.
brought down by Barrett, number 51. He's a fine linebacker for these Indians. He leads this team in tackles with 70 tackles on the season.
Under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 is your score. Saints on top and driving. Looking at a 2nd and 9 now. Trips package here on the short side of the field, working off the left hash mark. One wide right. Looking to throw, slant pattern. It is caught out there and taken down. He will have enough for a first down to the 35-yard line. That's Bradley Black, number 84, his first catch on the night.
Bradley Black, 15 receptions now on the season. He came into the game averaging 29 yards a game. Nice pickup there for Black.
Again, a 1st and 10 coming up for the Saints here. And no huddle offense. Twins right, twins left, single setback. Here's a snap. Flowing to the right. No, going to be a throw this time. Black has it again at the 28. Breaks a tackle. Gets down to the 20. He's at the 15. Looking for that end zone. He won't get it, but a great effort after the catch for Bradley Black.
Another pass on first down. I like to see that. The 2 first downs that the Saints have passed on. They had a 33-yard touchdown, and that one was a pass for a 21-yard gain by Pichelny to Black.
Inside the red zone now, down to the 13-yard line. Pichelny in the shotgun. Again, looking to throw. Going into the end zone. He's got it. It is caught.
Yes.
Yes, it is a catch. A bobbled catch that time by number 25 for the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
T.J. Tippmann, a backup receiver for the Saints, only a sophomore, makes his first touchdown reception of the season here in the second sectional game.
Got something.
A 13-yard throw and catch from Pichelny to Tippmann, and 6 more points on the board for the Saints. Mark Watts from the sideline.
Gentlemen, being down here in the sideline, you can just see Mississinewa, they have not faced a passing attack like this at all. They're just outmanned and outmatched in Dwenger's in our passing game. So I think they can do that a lot tonight. Back to you guys.
C.J. Booth, the kick is up, and it is good. So 14-0 is your score. 2:44 remaining in the first quarter. We're going to step out for a little 30-second break. You're listening to high school playoff football action right here on WRDF, Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Are you looking for an orthopedic specialist? Ortho Northeast has been serving the community for over 50 years with offices in 3 convenient locations. Look for the location nearest you. Dr. John Pritchard is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon with 20 years of experience with OME and can assist you with the best treatment plan for your knee or shoulder pain. Dr. John Pritchard is looking forward to meeting you and helping with all orthopedic needs. Call Dr. Pritchard at 260-484-8551 or visit the web at www.orthone.com.
Welcome back to live action here from Bishop John Michael Darcy Stadium on the campus of the University of St. Francis, where Bishop Dwenger leads the undefeated Mississinewa Indians 14-0 with 2:44 left to go. Joe, we talk about undefeated Mississinewa, but when we look at strength of schedule, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, strength of schedule, Sean, their schedule strength was ranked 290th in the state out of 327. They played 1 and 2A schools all season. The biggest school they played all year was a 3A school in conference. Their opponent's record, 36-64. They have not played the schedule that the Saints have.
Saints on a ship kick up front that time, takes it to the 41. So again, what they were trying to do, the Saints are trying to keep it out of the hands of Heisman Skeens.
Don't blame them.
Yeah, I would too.
A guy named Heisman, you got to be aware of.
That's right. Know where he is every second of every play. So here comes Mississinewa. The Indians with the white uniforms, red trim, working left to right on your radio dial. From their own 41-yard line, I formation, quarterback under center. Here's a snap. Give it to the first man through. Little trap, and it pays off. He's at the 50. He's into Dwenger territory, down to the Dwenger 47.
Yeah, they were trying to slow developing counters, and Yanko and Henry were disrupting them. I think that's a great adjustment. Quick hitter to the fullback.
Costin Ormsby, number 7, the fullback on the carry, 5'9", 200. As he checks in, he is a senior. And on one play, they are into Dwenger territory with a fresh set of downs. Here's a snap, I formation. Again, give to the fullback through the middle. This time it does not pay off. He's got about 5 gold helmets swarming him. Gain of 1, maybe, down to the 41.
Looks like Riley Miller on the bottom of that pile, the middle linebacker filling in for the injured Peter Winklejohn.
For the Indians brought down by a host of Saints.
So we'll call that a gain of 1, bringing up a 2nd and 9. Right at the 2-minute mark here of the first quarter. Saints up 14-0.
Ormsby only, the fullback only averages 28 yards rushing per game. He got most of that on one run here.
That's right. Now they split a wide receiver out to the left side. Tight formation this time. Out of the eye, quarterback under center. Leaning to the left, here's a pitch. Going left, that's Heisman on the carry. He finds a seam. He breaks through, he puts his wheels on into the 30, down to about the 26, maybe the 27.
He just made Watercutter, the free safety, miss badly there. And I tell you, watching film on the Indians, Skeens does that in open field to a lot of guys.
Yes.
He is really talented.
He is talented at that ankle breaker move, and he pulled it off that time. So just outside the red zone at the 26 now for Mississinewa. Again, working that I formation. First man through. Fullback is hit at the line, falling forward. He's going to have a nice game, maybe 3-4, inside the 25, down to the 23.
Stop on the play by Isaac Bloom. Remember, this Indians team averages 48 points per game. They're the number 2 scoring offense in all the state in 4A.
Working out of that same I formation now. Mississinewa give to the tailback, bouncing it out to the left side, not finding anything, and that's going to be a tackle for loss. So Skeens not able to get the corner that time.
Will Kolar on the stop.
And we are under a minute to go here in the first quarter now. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Mississinewa Indians. It'll be our 3rd and 8 as they place the ball near the 24-yard line.
This could be the last play of this first quarter. A good first quarter for the Saints, and we'll talk about that at the break.
Yes. So they are taking plenty of time. Play clock now down under 10. 28 left on the game clock. I formation again. Here's the snap. Play action. Looking to throw. Going to the right side. Airs it up and out and incomplete that time. His intended receiver was number 35, and that is incomplete.
Campbell, the freshman, number 35 for the Indians, has 12 receptions on the season, was looking for number 13.
And that is going to bring up a 4th and long. They stopped the clock with the incomplete pass.
Now, the Indians, we have to mention, have not attempted a field goal all season, Sean. So you have to believe we're going to see a lot of this going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, 4th down territory inside the 40, I'm sure. So, again, they line it up in the I formation on 4th and 8.
Look for Heisman Skeens.
Here's a snap. He looks to throw, airs it up. It's going to be a fly pattern left side, and it is caught by Bishop Dwenger, and he gets out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
At about the 1-yard line. The 1-yard line. Knock it down. It's 4th down. You got to know down in distance. It's 4th down. The ball was terribly thrown. There was no receiver in the area. Just swat it to the ground.
That was intercepted by Mike Hake. It's a nice stat to have, but situational awareness is much nicer. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
You go from the 24-yard line to the 1.
Right. So it might have been, Mississinewa was clapping. That was a coffin corner kick right there.
Absolutely, they're clapping.
Yeah. Well, here comes Dwenger with 99 yards to go and 13 seconds left in the first quarter. And out of the shadow of their own end zone, they break huddle and come to the line from the shotgun, or under center this time. Quarterback the play does not get off. It was going to be a quarterback keeper right through the middle.
I think it's going to cost them a half a yard here because they're on the 1, half the distance of the goal.
Yeah.
What does it matter, right?
Right. But that's critical because Piccioni was taking it right up the gut, and he had some yards, but somebody was not set. That's why the illegal motion penalty was called.
Right. As a quarterback, when you go up for that quick it's just a touch snap.
No call
touch snap. Yep. Your first thing you have to do is make sure everybody's set before you hit the center and say go.
So here come the Saints. Piccioni will be under center this time on the 6-inch line. Again, quarterback keeper right through the middle, just trying to push ahead just to get some semblance of space between themselves and the goal line. It was successful. It looks like they're going to mark it near the 3-yard line. And that's going to do it for our first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, 12 minutes back on the clock. Stick around for second quarter action. We're going to take a 1-minute break. You're listening to high school playoff football action here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Hello, sports fans. This is Father Bob Garrow, chaplain at Bishop Dwenger High School.
Sean,
it is time to get geared up for our fall sports season.
I was down here
on the soccer field, golf, or cross-country
Watercutter
course,
looked at me
volleyball
and
court,
like just
or on the gridiron.
Like,
we
why
wish
did he
good luck
catch
and
it?
Great sportsmanship to all our student athletes and their teams. May we become the saints we are called to be.
That's why they're 17, 18-year-olds.
Saint Sebastian, pray for us.
You can help support your Catholic parish or school with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. You'll not only enjoy excellent personal service and save money with your new loan or credit card, you'll also be giving money
Updates when
back
you're
to
ready.
the participating parish or school you care about. Let Notre Dame Federal Credit Union elevate all participating parishes or schools. Elevate can be reached at 844-230-6611 or visit us online at ndelevate.com. Independent from the university.
Welcome back to Live Action, ladies and gentlemen. Let's check in with our Associate Executive Assistant Producer, Nick Gray, with updates.
Well, things are starting to heat up around the league, guys. Northrop's beating Homestead right now, 10-7. Warsaw's winning that one 3-0. Snyder's up on Concord 14-3. New Haven's beating Southside 16-7. Bishop Luers is up on Peru 13-0 right now, and Concordia's beating Belmont 14-0. Back up to you for some more live action, folks.
Yeah, live action is right. So to start the second quarter, the Bishop Dwenger Saints out of the 2-yard line, 3-yard line, had a high snap. It went over Pichelni's head and bounced out of the end of the end zone, and that is a safety.
Right. It all started with the interception at the 1.
Yes.
And then the penalty, not a good deal there. So the Saints are going to give the ball back to the Indians. They'll be kicking off or punting, their option from the 20-yard line. But let's talk about the first quarter for the Saints on the season. It's been a very good quarter for the Saints all year long, Sean. The Saints have only allowed 14 points in the first quarter all year. And it was 0 again here, holding the Indians to 0. The second quarter, not so much.
Right.
The Saints have given up 94 points in the second quarter. This is a key quarter for the Saints, and they started it off by giving them 2. Now looking ahead in the third and fourth quarter, and combined third and fourth quarter on the season, the Saints have allowed 94 points. So the second quarter has been awful. Let's see if the Saints can pull together a good second quarter here tonight.
All right, well, again, as Joe said, it does not start off well here in the second quarter for the Bishop Dwenger Saints as they tee the ball up at the 20-yard line. C.J. Booth will not be punting, but rather kicking from the field. 14-2 is now your score. And the Saints will be kicking left to right on your radio dial. No real wind to speak of down there blowing on the field. The whistle blows and we are ready to go. And here is a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded near the 30-yard line. Looking for some room is I think that's 35. Cade Campbell on the return.
Yeah, that's who it was. Observation. This is something new for the special teams. If you noticed who the wedge breaker was there, and that wedge breaker on the kickoff team is right next to the kicker. He runs down, and if they try to set up a wall, he's supposed to run through it. Was one Blake Pichelny.
There you go.
That's an interesting to me.
So Mississinewa now comes out on offense with great field position. Out to their own 43-yard line. Again, 14-2 is your score. Saints on top. Working out of the shotgun is their quarterback, Cade McCoy. Twins right and left. Now man in motion going to the right side. Give it to the tailback looking for a seam through the middle. He gets into the linebacker core before he's dropped near the 49.
Looks like Effinger on the stop. Last possession again. McCoy throws an interception at the 1-yard line on 4th down. McCoy again came into this game with throwing one interception all season. He threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter, Sean.
So Cade Campbell's run that time results in a 5-yard gain, bringing up a 2nd and 5 now from the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, man in motion, coming to the close side, give to the tailback through the middle. He's hit at the 50 and dragged back.
Again on the carry for the
We'll call that a gain of 2 that time.
Brought down by Isaac Bloom.
Isaac Bloom and Will Kohler on the stop.
Sam Henry.
So the ball is resting right at the 50-yard line. 11 minutes to go here in the first half.
The Indians have not converted on 3rd down all night. This will be their 4th try.
This time it's 3rd and short. We're going to call that 3rd and 3 coming up. Again, ball resting right at the midfield stripe. Checking their wrists, barking out an order is McCoy.
4 on the play clock.
He's got to move. Here's a snap. Rolls to his right. Now a little draw. Oh, it's blown up in the backfield. No chance on that one.
Who else?
Frankie Yanko, number 59. He has made his presence known throughout this entire game so far, Joe.
We talked about the schedule the Indians play. 1A and 2A schools in their conference. They play their conference. That's what they do. I'm not sure they've seen a player like Frankie Yanko or Sam Henry.
Right. Tackle for loss of 4 yards that time by Yanko right there at the transaction. And Mississinewa in to punt the ball away. Back deep are Effinger and Hake standing near their 25-yard line. Here's the snap. It's a good one. Kick is up and away. Has some good distance this time.
Oh, my
and
God.
running up on it and missing it, taking a good bounce. And
fair catch.
blown dead
Saints
on the fair
ball,
catch near the 22-yard line.
Saints got lucky there. Hake
That they did.
misplayed that ball. I don't know if he lost it in the lights, the moon, something, but it hit right in front of his feet. He waved for a fair catch, and then it's like it just hit in front of his feet, and he got a good bounce right up to his bread basket there.
So here come the Saints on offense, led by Blake Pachelny. This is their second try in the second quarter. The first one resulted in a safety. Let's see what they can do here from their own 22-yard line. Going to be a tight trips package out to the left side on the far side of the field. Single setback. Pachelny in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Going to be an option on the short side. Ball is on the ground and rolls out of bounds.
Yeah.
Another very bad pitch that time from Pachelny to Effinger.
That option does not look good. The pitch does not look good tonight. That's the second time they put it on the ground.
Hello.
Let's check in with Mark Watts.
Well, they don't have good pitch position, guys.
Yeah.
That it's got to be like the back's got to be back behind them, and the back was about even with them that time. So the back's getting there too quickly.
Trips package on the short side, one wide to the left, and a single setback. Ball now resting at the 14-yard line. Here's the snap. Pachelny looks to throw.
Oh, he's
going
wide
deep.
open.
He's wide open on the far side. That's Black. He's got him in stride. The 50, the 40, the 30, down to the 25. Steps out of it. That is going to be a touchdown for Bishop Dwenger. No flags, 6 points.
82-yard hookup. Last week, these two had a 65-yard hookup in that Marion game to put the Saints ahead in the fourth quarter. Today, it's an 82-yarder here in the second quarter.
Fantastic. What do you have?
Okay, they're trying to play Dwenger man-to-man with no free safety, and they just can't match up to Dwenger's athletes. So unless they start playing a free safety to help these corners, that's going to be there all night.
The Saints gave them a little mark of their own medicine, that little pump fake and the double move, and caught the corner biting. And when there's no safety help, that's a problem.
Yes, it is. So a huge throw from Pachelny to Black. That's Black. He's showing up very well tonight. C.J. Booth with the PAT. It is good. Your score now, 21-2. Saints on top and in charge with 9:27 left to go here in the second quarter. Stick around, football fans. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to high school football on WRDF 106.3 FM.
Shawnee Construction and Engineering is proud to support tonight's game. We specialize in commercial and industrial construction and use unique life cycle principles to provide our clients the highest quality craftsmanship for the life of the project. Shawnee Construction and Engineering are partners with you for lifetime savings. We can be found at ShawneeConstruction.com or at 260-489-1234. That's 260-489-1234.
Football fans, Holy Cross College is proud to bring you tonight's football game. Holy Cross College is an affordable Catholic college offering a life-changing, life-affirming education and is closer than you think. Just 2 hours away up north. You can search for them on the web at Holy Cross College at Notre Dame. Again, back to Bishop Darcy Stadium where the Bishop Dwenger Saints lead the Mississinewa Indians 21-2. C.J. Booth preparing to kick the ball away left to right on your radio dial. Ball resting at the 40-yard line. The ball is in the air. Big kick that time by Booth, knocking it into the end zone. No, you cannot return it, young man. And that's going to come out to the 20-yard line. Boy, he got a leg into that one, huh? Good heavens. Let's check in with Mark.
Sean, let's don't forget about the offensive line for Dwenger. Pachelny has a lot of time out there, and the offensive line's doing a great job giving him time to do those pump fakes and throw it long. Great job by the offensive line.
Well, great observation,
Mark. It really is. Exactly, you got to give those guys credit. Defensive line's getting it done. Offensive line's getting it done as well.
So here comes Mississinewa on offense. Down 19 right now. 9:27 left to go in the first half. Their quarterback is Cade McCoy. He's in the shotgun with a single setback. Twins right, twins left. And they do not get the snap off. Flag on the play, and it is a false start against Mississinewa. So now to coin a phrase, they're playing behind the sticks. It's going to bring up a 1st and 15.
You know, we talked about in the key of the game, Sean, is to get Schemes the ball. In the first quarter, he had 4 touches for 33 yards. Not bad, but he's going to need to touch the ball more here in the second quarter.
So on 1st and 15, again, same formation. Here's a snap. He looks to throw on first down, slant. Oh, tip drill, picked off. He is intercepted as the ball comes off the hands of the receiver, goes into the air, and the Saints come up with it. Hunter Smalley was the intended receiver, and now Isaac Bloom on the interception and giving the Saints great field position.
That was not McCoy's fault. He hit the receiver right in the hands, but it will go against his stats. That's his 3rd interception here in the first half. Again, only threw 1 all season.
Ball now resting at the 25-yard line, and the Saints back on the field for offense. Just 5 yards away from the red zone.
Do you take a shot here, Sean?
Well, sure.
You try to deflate him right now.
Darn right. Single setback, 2 wideouts to the right, working off the left hash mark. Press coverage now shown by Mississinewa. Here's a snap, play action, rolling to the right. Throwing to the right, overthrown that time. His intended receiver was number 23, and incomplete that time to Jordan Hudson. Just a little up and out pattern that time by Hudson, and Piccioni just, his mechanics were off. Yeah, it sailed on him. That's exactly right.
I think he threw it away.
So let's see what they do here on 2nd and 10. Again, Saints favoring the pass on first down so far tonight. Double wing set, 2 wideouts to the right side. Now man in motion behind the quarterback is Amon Clark. They give it to him through the middle. And he is, was that Hudson? No, that was Clark on the carry. Excuse me, 13. Inside the 20, down to the 19.
Bringing up a 3rd down, a 3rd and long 4, Sean.
They break into the red zone as Amon Clark checks out and Jordan Hudson checking in now. 3rd and 4. Saints with a kicking game. It'll be interesting to see what they do here if, in fact, they don't convert this 3rd down conversion. Split backs this time, wide out left and right. Here's a snap. Again, going through the middle. Breaking in is Hudson. He's got the 1st down and more. Dances out of 2 tackles. Keeps on going. Turning down to the 5-yard line.
Wow. There, we saw some really, really good moves there, Sean.
Yes, we did.
Just those little hop jumps, little hop steps and go. Great effort by Jordan Hudson. Jordan Hudson came into this game averaging 6 yards a carry, has 2 rushing touchdowns. He wanted to get his 3rd there.
That he did. Gets down to the 5. 1st and goal now for the Saints. As they spread the offense now, Piccioni in the shotgun. 2 wideouts on the short side, man in motion. Coming behind him is Hudson. Give again to Hudson, looking for some room through the middle. Big push, still on his feet. No play called dead yet. There's the whistle near the 1-yard line.
I think Coach Schwarzkopf and Coach Garrett wanted to get Jordan Hudson the touchdown as well.
Right. I think this one might be coming to him as well. Now let's see. It looks like he's going to line up in a slot position to the left side. Single setback is Effinger. Twins right and left. Piccioni in the shotgun. Pitch right side. Effinger has the seam. Dances in. Touchdown.
Well,
he launched himself into the end zone, and it paid off.
I just want to say this is the best I've seen the Saints offense look all season.
I agree.
They're playing with confidence. They're playing with a little bounce in their step. Coach Garrett's mixing it up nice, well, with the runs inside, outside, passing. Nice effort here in the second quarter in the first half of this ballgame.
Saints lining up for the point after attempt. C.J. Booth is in. Ball will be placed at the 10. Here's a snap. Here's the hold. The kick is up. It looks good from here, and it is. 28-2 now is your first half score. Saints rolling over Mississinewa. 7:45 remaining in the first half. And we're going to step out for a little 30-second break. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Successful coaches make changes to succeed by calling timeouts to make needed adjustments, for it's clear no change equals no change. This is David X with Union Savings Bank in Fort Wayne. I started mortgage lending in 1988. Since then, I've been trusted by thousands of area homeowners. I offer low closing costs and great rates on home lending so you can save big money both upfront and over the life of your loan. Make a change for the better when purchasing a different home or refinancing to lower your payment. Call timeout, get your mortgage statement in hand. Call me anytime for your free mortgage checkup. And make sure you compare. Call David X, 418-6191. Member FDIC, Housing Lender.
Joe?
Yeah.
We are back to live action here at Bishop Darcy Stadium, where the Bishop Dwenger Saints are rolling over the Mississinewa Indians, 28-2, your first half score so far. 7:45 remaining in the half. And Joe, really, I think Dwenger so far in the second quarter has been able to expel some second quarter demons.
Well, they needed to. They needed to get that monkey off their back. The second quarter has been a terrible quarter for them this season. And so far, doing a nice job here.
Sean?
Let's check in with Mark Watts.
The big difference down here is the hitting. I don't know if you guys can tell up there, but Dwenger's just given some shots to Mississinewa, and that's been the biggest difference in this whole 2 quarters. The hitting that Dwenger's just taking it to him. Back to you guys.
All right. And here is a nice return this time by Mississinewa, taking it out past the 25, maybe to the 26-yard line on the far side.
And Sean, Mark's right, and you get that from playing in the SAC.
Sure.
You know, you're used to speed. You play the game at a fast pace, and you get used to hitting.
Yeah.
It is a tough conference.
It surely is, whether it's a 3A Lures or a 6A Carroll or a 5A Snyder. They bring it each and every play. So here comes Mississinewa on offense. They place the ball directly at the 25-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun. Trips package to the left side. Flow, a little draw play coming back across the grain. Getting some success out to pass the sticks. He's alone in the backfield at 50. Down to the 45, still on his feet as he is finally taken down at the Bishop Dwenger 42-yard line.
That's the freshman, Sean. I'm impressed. That's number 35, Campbell, a freshman. 14 yards is what he averages per carry. 14 yards, Sean.
Yeah.
And you saw it right there. He had a little burst in him.
So we'll talk about a 33-yard scamper that time for the freshman, Cade Campbell from Mississinewa.
Reminds me of a young Godfather. You know, when you think the way he moves.
Wow. Okay. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Here's a snap. Play action this time. Through the middle. Takes it down to the 40-yard line. Gain of a couple that time, just inside the 40.
Yanko and McGarry on the stop.
Cade Campbell on the carry.
Campbell that time trying to find something. Gets a gain of 2, maybe 2.5, just inside the 40. Under 7 minutes to go here in the first half now. 28-2 is your score. Saints on top. Mississinewa in Bishop Dwenger territory, moving right to left on your radio dial. They go back to the I formation. We've seen spurts of success as Mississinewa. The ball is on the ground.
Ball on the ground.
And I think McCoyne was able to cover.
Yes, he was.
Just as I was saying, we've seen bursts of success working out of the I. They fumbled the snap. So no gain on that one. Actually, a loss back onto the north side of the 40-yard line.
3rd and 8.
Big Sam Henry checking out now.
You know, when they give the ball to Campbell, number 35, the freshman, he's the only guy in that offensive backfield that doesn't play both ways. So he should be a little fresher.
Got some fresher legs, sure. Split back look this time. 3 abreast in the backfield with 2 wideouts to the left. Now man in motion to the far side. Looking to throw screen. It is caught, hit. Oh, beautiful open field tackle by Effinger that time. Or is that?
That was Effinger.
That was Effinger, yeah.
Sean, the film I watched on these guys, I saw that play numerous times there. I've never seen anybody do that to them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Effinger sniffed that one from the beginning. Came in and stuck him for a huge tackle for loss. That's going to bring up a 4th and 16 now. And the punt team looks to be coming on. Now the offense is still on the field for Mississinewa. 4th and 16 from their own 48-yard line. Twins right and left. Here's a snap. Oh, it is a quick punt this time.
Mark Watch's favorite play.
Yeah, and it's going to be hit inside the 20 and touched up near the 11. So they do end up getting the punt away. And the Bishop Dwenger Saints defense holds. And they are going to transition back to offense. We're going to check in with Nick Gray here, who might have a couple of different score changes. Maybe I'm very interested to hear if you have anything on that Northrop Homestead game, Nick. All right, after this play, we'll check in with Nick Gray. Here come the Saints on offense. Pichelny's in the shotgun with a single setback. Trips package to the right side, one wide left. From their own 11, here's the snap. Quarterback keeper through the middle. He's got some room, puts his shoulder into it, dives out near the 20-yard line.
Quick update.
Nick Gray, what do you have?
Well, Homestead did score, so now they're leading Northrop 14-10. I do want to remind everybody that the sideline Swami did pick Northrop a couple weeks ago to win that matchup. I don't know if he picked it. He said, just keep an eye on him. I'm going to give him a little out there. So anyhow, another big game that we're watching tonight that's real important to us is New Haven's beating Southside right now 16-3. Back up to you guys.
All right, gain of 9 by Pichelny that time brings up a 2nd and 1. Here's a snap. Quarterback keeper again trying his way through the middle. No, he is stuffed and dropped for a tackle for loss back near the 18-yard line.
There's some of the blitzes right there we saw. Again, this team does like to blitz, and they need to do something to shut or at least slow this offense of Bishop Dwenger down.
Yeah, they seem to be doing what they want so far.
Right.
Yeah. We'll call that a gain of loss of 1 that time, bringing up a 3rd and 2 back to the 19-yard line. So can the Saints convert on 3rd down is the question. Man in motion is Amon Clark behind the quarterback. They give it to him through the middle. He's got some room, bounces it out left side, and he is trucking down the field, down to the 35, out to the 38-yard line before he is taken down by a safety.
Great job by Bowden, but here we go. Amon's hobbling off again.
Yes, he is.
We've seen this all year. He's just had problems with his feet and his ankles, and he is down, and the trainers are going to tend to Amon.
He tried to get off under his own power and went down near the middle of the field. He is in real pain, and he is very upset. We saw him 2 hands to the carpet. He does not want to be injured. He's having a great game, and now he comes up hobbled.
Right, he was creating the biggest mismatch for the Saints, lined up as a slot receiver.
Yeah.
And
Joe?
That's going to hurt.
Mark Watts, what do you have?
Down the field, this is the fastest he's looked in a long time. So this is just unfortunate because he looked like his old self down here tonight until that happened. I think that's why he was so upset, because he was feeling 100%. You could just tell down here his speed.
You're right, Mark. You could tell by the way he was playing. He was really into this game and having fun out there.
Right, yeah.
Well, they assist him off the field.
I've got additional updates.
And go ahead, Nick. Yeah.
Well, Northrop, as I spoke, Northrop did score, so now it's 17-14. Northrop is beating Homestead. Carroll's losing to Warsaw 10-0. Snyder's rolling on Concord 28-3. Like I said before, New Haven's beating Southside 16-3. Bishop Lures is having a great night down at Purdue. They're winning 34-6. Concordia's beating Belmont 20-0. So the winner of that game will play the winner of the Bishop Lures Peru game. So back up to you guys.
On 1st and 10 for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Here's a snap, play action. Pichelny looks, throws over the middle. He's got his man. He is open, going across field, looking for some additional room. Tries to step out of a tackle and gets wrangled down near the midfield stripe. That's Eddie Morris, number 12 from the tight end position. Gets out to the 50 and another Bishop Dwenger first down.
Looking at Pichelny's first quarter stats, I'm a little late on these since the second quarter is almost over, but Pichelny was 5 of 6 for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns. McCoyne so far in this game is 1 of 7. This is a kid who completed 70% of his passes on the season. He's 1 of 7 for 12 yards with 3 picks.
Ball resting at the 50-yard line. Here come the Saints on offense. 1st and 10. Trips package on the short side. Here's a snap. Quarterback keeper through the middle. Gets a block. Goes running through. Gets 10. Maybe even 12 on the carry. Inside the 40 of Mississinewa. Down to the 38.
Boy, did he get a block by Mitch Effinger. Going over there, running behind Big Joe Tittman, the left tackle. But the block by Effinger was superb.
So Pichelny gets another first down for the Saints. Consecutive first downs that time. 2:45 remaining in the first half. Saints driving at will at this point. Trips package out to the left side, 1 wide right. Effinger in the backfield with Pichelny in the shotgun. Here's a snap, quarterback keeper again, gets a nice block, breaks it out to the right side, gets into the linebacker course, shakes 2 tackles, dives for the 23.
And again, the sideline erupts, Sean, because they're watching their quarterback, Blake Pichelny, lower his shoulder and run over defensive back.
Yes.
Another great block by Effinger. My goodness.
They're into it. So they mark the ball at the 22, just outside the red zone now of Mississinewa. And the Saints getting it done on the ground and in the air tonight. This time they do huddle up. They break with Tripp's package to the right, 1 wide left, Effinger in the backfield. Here's a snap. Pichelny again, 3 straight runs. This time he won't have a first down. Gets inside the 20 to about the 18. Call that a 3 or 4 yard gain.
I believe in this, Sean. If it's working, stick with it. And obviously Jason Garrett, 2 big runs for Pichelny the last 2 plays. Let's try it again the other side. And, they pick up, 4 yards?
Sure, run it till you stop us.
Right.
And again, they're clearly setting something up here, or they don't have to set anything up. Like you said, if the quarterback run works, keep working it. 2nd and 6 now. 2nd and long 6. Pichelny in the shotgun. Man in motion behind him. Here's going to be a counter. This time give it to the first man through. He breaks off 1 tackle. Going to the sidelines, the 10, the 5, gets the pylon, touchdown.
Wow.
A 19-yard run by Jordan Hudson.
Jordan Hudson. I tell you what, there are no second quarter demons here tonight, close to Halloween for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. This team has looked very good in the second quarter.
Hudson really exerted his strength, bounced it out to the outside and took it to the house. A 19-yard run by Jordan Hudson. 6 more points on the board for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. To coin a phrase, Joe, it's getting late early here for Mississinewa.
You got that right.
Yeah. C.J. Booth in for the PAT. Kick is up, and it is good. 35
Sean
to
and
2.
Joe?
Mark Watts, what do you have? We'll keep it right here. What do you have? Mark Watts?
Yes, you notice that Dwenger's been putting that slot back in motion, and instead of going across the formation, that's when they're giving it to him. So they must have found something on film watching Mississinewa that they did not react properly to where they put that man in motion. Then he gets the ball inside.
Great observation by
is.
Mark down there. That is excellent. And
That's why we bring him.
That's why we bring him. He's got a great set of eyes.
It's not for his looks, I'll tell you that. All right, so the Saints 35, the Mississinewa Indians 2, with 1:22 remaining here in the first half.
How are the Indians going to react to this, Sean?
Right.
They haven't been punched in the mouth all year. They've blown the doors off literally everybody they've played. Everybody. So how will they react being down here in the second quarter, 35-2?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, folks, Redeemer Radio is pleased to announce Redeemer Radio Odysseys, offering travel for our community. The year 2017 is geared up to be filled with some domestic trips and even an international trip to the Holy Land. Learn more at redeemerradio.com/travel.
I'm going to talk to Sam Tallarico, the Haystack, about this music he's playing. I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be into it.
Really? Who is it?
I know. This is Michael Jackson. Come on.
It is?
Oh, yeah. I think so.
You really don't know.
No. All right. From the 40, here's C.J. Booth. Kicking left to right on your radio dial. Nice end-over-end kick. I think he launched this one into the end zone again, so a touchback coming up for Mississinewa. Again, just to recap, a 19-yard run by Jordan Hudson moves the ticker up to 35 for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Mississinewa resting at 2 with the safety. And now with 1:22 left here in the first half, can Mississinewa answer? That's the big question so far.
Well, it is a big question, Sean. I mean, again, 48 points a game is what they've put up. And they've never been in this position. And you know, again, McCoy completes 70% of his passes. He's 1 for 7 tonight for 12 yards, 3 picks. You know, how are they going to rally? How are they going to react? Are they going to pack it in? Stay tuned, fans. We're going to find out.
That's right. It could start right here on this play as Cade McCown, number 13, is in the shotgun. Empty backfield, rolling to his right, looking to throw, dumps it, and it is nearly picked, but incomplete that time. He went to the flats on the right side.
Yeah, McGeary tipped it. T.J. McGeary, he's only a sophomore. He's a linebacker. He's been thrown into duty about midseason because of injuries, and T.J. McGeary's just getting better every week, Sean.
Yes, he is. So that takes your clock down to 1:18. And the incomplete pass stops it there. 2nd and 10 now for the Mississinewa Indians.
If you are wondering, the Indians will get the ball to start the second half.
Tighter formation now, power I right, quarterback under center. Give it to the left side, finding some blocking. Gets into the linebacker core, past the 25, out to about the 28-yard line. Mark Watts, what do you see?
Well, don't tell anybody, but I was just talking to Amon Clark. He says, I'm good. And I said, you look the fastest you have. He says, I'm getting there. I'm getting better. So he just said he's good. Back to you guys.
All right.
Yeah. Is his good our good, Mark? I mean, have you seen him running on the sidelines? Have you seen him? Or is he eternally optimistic?
Okay, Mark just throws up his hands. I think he might have died. He might need a battery, Nick. Let's check in with Mark a little bit later.
Nope,
but,
I'm back.
Oh, there you are.
I couldn't hear you.
Okay.
How good
yes,
is he,
was
Mark?
running around here. He was running on the sidelines. And so he's getting loose.
All right, well, we've got a timeout on the field. Bishop Dwenger has called a timeout. The scamper by Mississinewa's number 35, Kate Campbell, will result in a 3rd and 2 now with 1:11 coming up. So, again, a little bit of clock management here, Joe. I think Bishop Dwenger wants to talk about a few things on defense, stuff this, and see if they might have a chance for another chance at the ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're Mississinewa, don't make a mistake here with a minute left and give the Saints another opportunity to score.
Just a reminder, folks, if you'd like to watch this game over our broadcast, SummitCitySports.com has a camera upstairs, and we are live with them tonight. So here it comes down to a 3rd and 2 for Mississinewa. Power I right. Quarterback under center with a hard count. Does not draw off the Saints. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback, looking for some room. He's got it. The first down or more. Dragging a tackler down outside the 40 to about the 43-yard line.
And that is their the Indians' first 3rd down conversion. That was their 6th try on 3rd down and the first time they have converted one.
Kate Campbell with a very nice run out there to the 43. And the clock continues to tick down. Under a minute to go here in the first half now. Same formation. Now the tailback out to the outside right. Here's a snap. Play action. Looking to throw. Going long. Right side. Man coverage. It's out there. Ew. No. Bradley Black breaks up the pass. Heisman Skeens was the intended receiver. He had the ball, but Black was right there.
Black played that, in my opinion, perfectly.
Yes.
Heisman Skeens, that's who they want to go to.
Right.
Everybody knows it in the blue jersey down there. And they almost had him. That was almost a great pass, great catch for the Indians.
And honestly, Joe, you talked about it again with their strength of schedule. For the Indians, that play has probably been there all year long.
I've seen it on film, Sean.
Yeah.
And usually Skeens is about 2 steps past everybody at least. And it's just an easy hookup for the offense.
Yeah, McCain knew exactly where to throw that ball, but unfortunately so did Bradley Black. He knew where the ball was coming, and he knocked it away. And now we've got a timeout here on 2nd and 10. And this time Mississinewa will call the timeout. And we're going to go ahead and step out for a little 30-second break ourselves. 45 seconds remain here in the first half. 35-2 is your score. Saints on top. You're listening to Sectional Football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend, and diamonds are forever. And since 1988, Peter Franklin has been bringing you the finest diamonds imported from overseas diamond cutters. Peter Franklin Jewelers. Jewelry created from concept to completion by our master goldsmiths on staff. Peter Franklin Jewelers, with 3 locations to serve you: New Haven, DuPont Road, and Angola. Remember, it's not just jewelry, it's Peter Franklin.
And we are back to live action here. 45.9 seconds remaining in the first half. The Bishop Dwenger Saints all over the Mississinewa Indians, 35-2. Indians with the ball, facing a 2nd and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Timeout is over. The whistle blows, and they are back up to the line of scrimmage. Split backs this time. Wide out to the right side. And here's a play action, rolling right, looking to throw, going deep again, testing Black again. That's a dangerous thing to do. Black almost became the receiver that time, and it looked like that Heisman knocked the ball away from Black.
Well, the Heisman Skeens did a great job there by breaking that up, because you're exactly right. Black turned into the receiver, and Skeens had to go up and knock it out of his hands.
Yes. So 3rd and 10 now, as that play stops the clock with 39.2 seconds remaining in the first half. Stick around during our halftime presentation, ladies and gentlemen, as Nick Gray will have our halftime interview with a celebrity from Bishop Dwenger High School. I mean, administrator.
You never know who Nick's going to pull out of the crowd.
We will have stats from Jose Lopez. And here is a quick, play action draw through the middle that time. Works for nearly 10. Might have enough as Campbell gets down inside Bishop Dwenger territory in between the 47 and 48. They're going to say he is just shy.
Effinger and Fabini on the stop.
So a 4th and inches now coming up for Mississinewa. They have 15 seconds to get this play off. Will they is the question.
Do you just take one shot at it here, throw the Hail Mary?
Here is the snap. Rolling right. Here's the Hail Mary into the corner. Again, testing Black. Double coverage and picked that time by Watercutter.
4th interception for McCoy in the first half, guys. That's the most remarkable stat to me tonight.
Yes, half a second on the clock as Watercutter comes over from a safety position to help out the corner. I don't think Black needed it, but again, the interception that time gives the ball back to Bishop Dwenger. They will take a knee and head into the locker room with a significant lead, 35-2, here at Bishop John M. Darcy Stadium.
This is not what I expected coming into this, Sean.
No.
And we can talk about more about it at halftime.
You know, yeah, that's exactly right. Wow. Kind of shocking. And here's the snap, here's the knee, and we are done with the first half. Saints 35, Mississinewa 2. Stick around, folks. Lots of things to talk about here, including some stunned silence coming from the Mississinewa crowd as the Bishop Dwenger Saints rolling over the Indians so far, 35-2. We are back in 90 seconds. You are listening to high school football on WRDF 106.3 FM.
Redeemer Radio gladly thanks Dr. Mark Stoner, a St. Jude parishioner, for underwriting a portion of our programming. Dr. Stoner offers comprehensive dentistry for every family member. Dr. Stoner can be found at 9830 Auburn Road. For more information regarding all your dental needs, it can be found on the web at markstonerdds.com or at 260-484-4181.
Tri-State Warehousing is one of the most complete service-oriented companies in the warehousing field today. Located in Fort Wayne, Tri-State Warehousing is a 50,000 square foot dry and temperature-controlled storage facility, serving 2/3 of the continental U.S. with overnight rail service. The dedicated staff and specialty services of Tri-State Warehousing are known throughout the industry. For great things in store, call Tri-State Warehousing, 260-436-2010. That's 260-436-2010.
At halftime, Bishop Lures.
Illumination Solutions is a family-owned and operated business that specializes in LED low-voltage landscapes and holiday lighting for homes and businesses. And now we introduce our new business called The Mosquito Doctor that specializes in mosquito barrier and event spraying. In addition, mosquito misting systems are also available. The phone number is the same for both businesses at 260-489-1000.
And we are back to live action here, ladies and gentlemen. It is our halftime presentation as the Bishop Dwenger Saints band sets up there at midfield. 35-2 is your score. Bishop Dwenger over the Mississinewa Indians. We are broadcasting live from the beautiful campus of the University of St. Francis, Bishop John Michael Darcy Stadium and Kevin Donnelly Field. I think right now it looks like we are ready to go down on the sidelines with Nick Gray's halftime interview. Nick, take it away, sir.
Well, welcome to the sidelines once again, everybody. I'm pleased to be joined by the principal of Bishop Dwenger High School, Mr. Jason Schiffley. Welcome, Jason.
Hi, Nick. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you. I kind of need you more than you need me right now. Well, you can tell, folks, we always have a great time down here. Bishop Dwenger, Bishop Lures, we enjoy spending time with both of our Catholic high schools, and especially those that run the places. So, Jason, thanks for being here. I know we were talking a little bit earlier about some of the things that are going on this week at Bishop Dwenger. You mentioned service. So tell me a little bit about the service project that you guys just recently kicked off.
I know we do a lot. We always ask our students to do a lot for their service hours, but we are asking our faculty to bring in things for the Caris House.
And so we spent this whole week bringing some items in for the families, the ladies and their kids at the Karas House. And then additionally, we're going to have a purse bingo coming up soon. And although and I have to probably mention this in public now, that this public service announcement from Mrs. Burns, our development director, our purse bingo is such a popular hit that it is closed. We're going to have to turn away any walk-ins that night, actually. So we are very close. But we have asked the ladies who are going to be at Purse Bingo to bring some purses. They're gently used purses from their closets. And then we're going to stuff those purses with those items that we collected this week for the Karas House.
What a great thing to do for those folks, and use some gently used items, turn them into a great gift for the folks over at the Karas House.
And I just want to also mention that hopefully we have a lot of people listening tonight. Our service hours are due for the kids November 11th. So don't forget that, parents. And if there's any kids listening, get your service hours November 11th. I do want to mention, we've been mentioning, or at least talking about our chapel a lot these past several months. And we're very blessed to have had Mother Teresa visit Bishop Dwenger back in '81. Because of her connection with Dwenger, and now we have this lovely stained glass window with her likeness. We started a Mother Teresa club, and actually that was done by the kids. They came and asked if we could start a Mother Teresa club. And what that club does, Nick, very simple things, because it goes right back to her, reflects back to what Mother Teresa believed in, her philosophy. The little things, okay? So these kids, they're helping their peers. Sometimes they're just writing a nice note and just stuffing it into a locker, or putting a note into a teacher's mailbox, or leaving it on their desk, So I have to hand it to our kids that, they came up with that idea. So,
well, it's wonderful, and that's just kind of Saint Mother Teresa coming in and continuing to impact our lives. She visited Bishop Dwenger when she was in the United States, and man, what a special thing, the gift that kind of keeps on giving.
And our kids, they grab that and they just run with it, which is really awesome. Service is one of the pillars of our school, and I can't say enough about the kids who they'll perform those 10 hours of service and a lot more after that. Yeah. Once they do it, they enjoy it.
Well, I know one other special item that we have going on tomorrow is the cross-country state finals, and we'd be remiss to not talk about our phenomenal lady runner, right?
Yes, she is a phenom, and it's Erin Strzelecki. Erin is a freshman this year, and it's kind of a neat story. I think what I heard, she was going to go out for soccer, decided not to. She hasn't run cross-country in her life, and she's broken the record, the school record, 3 times. Her own record, I think, 3 times. So we want to wish Erin and all those other people down at the state cross-country meet well. We want to make sure they're safe, they have a safe trip down there, and they have a great race. But Erin, we're very proud of you.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of fond of the cross-country program myself because my son participated in it, and I know how special it is to go to a state championship race like that, and it's a great day, and she'll do a wonderful job representing Bishop Dwenger, won't she?
She will, and I also I'd be greatly remiss if I didn't mention the volleyball team. They're going down to Monticello tomorrow, Nick, for the semi-state, and I think they're playing their first game against Yorktown, who's number 1 in the state. So good luck, our lady volleyball team, okay?
Yeah, definitely. So we've got the band out here on the field, folks, so doing a wonderful job entertaining us this evening. Our band has come such a long way. Great performance. I've been joined here with Principal Jason Shifley. Jason, thanks for everything. Thanks for all the stuff you do for Redeemer Radio, too. And so with this, folks, this has been Nick's VIP Halftime Report. Principal Jason Shifley. Back up to you guys.
All right. Thanks very much, Nick, and very special thanks to Principal Jason Shifley. Folks, your halftime score, 35-2, the Bishop Dwenger Saints on top of the Mississinewa Indians. We're going to go ahead and step out for a 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll have stats with Jose Lopez, talk about what we saw in the first half, and look forward to what we could see in the second half. Lots more football right around the corner. We are back in 60 seconds. You are listening to Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Think of Briscoe Dentistry for your family's dental care. Dr. Todd Briscoe and team know that your body is more than just teeth and gums. You want your body to perform at its best. So trust Dr. Briscoe and team to provide ultimate and preventative, periodontal, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry. To optimize your body's performance, contact Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950 or on the web at briscoedentistry.com.
Save money, save energy, and make your home more comfortable. Just call Mampa Insulation to re-insulate your existing home. By adding insulation to ceilings and attics, sidewalls, crawl spaces, and basements, your home will stay warmer this winter, and you'll see a noticeable drop in your energy usage. And that translates into savings. Insulation is all we do at Mampa. Expert installers and the best materials mean no gaps, no leaks, and no wasted energy. Call Mampa Insulation today at 432-7543.
Back to live action here at Bishop Darcy Stadium, where the Bishop Dwenger Saints are rolling over the Mississinewa Indians 35-2 in the first half of action here. It is our halftime presentation right now. And Joe, it looks like you have been handed some very important information from one Jose Lopez. What do you have for us?
Okay, here we go. I'm just going to take my time and go through these. We have plenty of time here, so let's just talk about it. I first want to look at Blake Pachelny for Bishop Dwenger. By far the best outing I've seen him have all year.
I would concur.
By far.
Yes.
And you look at his passing stats, 7 of 9 for 182 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. 7 of 9 for 182 yards. Sean, on the season, Blake Pachelny is averaging 133 yards passing per game. Blew that out of the water already in the first half. Pachelny carrying the ball, 10 carries for 70 yards. Blake Pachelny rushing for the season is averaging 43 yards per game, 70 yards in the first half. Hudson, 6 carries, 49 yards, and a touchdown. Amon Clark, before getting injured, had 4 carries for 39 yards, nearly a 10-yard average there for Amon. Receiving, Bradley Black really getting it done here again. He now is the go-to guy, obviously, with Tommy Steele and Halk gone. Black, 3 catches, 113 yards, and 1 score. Amon Clark had 2 receptions for 43 yards and a touchdown. Now, these are just as equally as interesting to me on the other side of the ball. Mississinewa, the Indians, passing, McCoyne. Sean, this is remarkable to me. 1 of 11.
Wow.
Completes 70% of his passes on the season. He's 1 out of 11 for 12 yards with 4 interceptions. Sean, 4 interceptions. 1 on the season.
1 on the season.
4 and a
this
half.
Game. Yeah. Wow.
McCoyne is having trouble tonight, and I think it started getting hit early by Yanko and Henry.
Right.
Rushing, Campbell, the freshman, 9 carries, 62 yards. Skeens, Heisman Skeens, he's the guy, 5 carries, 28 yards. Receiving, Skeens only had 1 reception in the first half for 12 yards. Talking to Mark Watts, and we'll talk about here, they're getting out hit. The Indians are just getting out hit by the SAC Saints. And those are your halftime stats, Sean. They are really Halloweenish.
They are. They're scary.
They
For
are.
Mississinewa, yeah, that's exactly right. The interesting thing about that, Joe, is Mark pointed out, because he's got the bird's eye view even though he's on the field, talking about the hitting. And I want to go live with Mark too if he has his ears on down there. But what I hearkened back to early is that Heisman Skeens. We saw him very early in the first quarter get stuck. And I mean, he got stuck on that return.
Trainers had to come out.
Trainers had to come out. And Mark, we've seen it. It's welcome to the SAC football.
Oh, Sean, you're so right. And that's why we have a sideline reporter, because, I mean, I saw it, I heard it. You know, you hear those things, and he was down. And I don't care how tough you are, you just don't run as hard after that.
Right.
You feel that. And I thought when Pachelny put his shoulder down and really hit it was their quarterback. It was their defensive back. Just put him back about 2 yards, and the whole Dwenger sideline just exploded. Those are the hits we've been seeing down here. So, I mean, it's a different ball game. It's just a different ball game, and you can't blame them. But, I mean, Dwenger's just out hitting them.
Well, they are, and let's talk about that too, Mark. To keep on that same thing, we know Mississinewa has 7 two-way starters, and Joe, you can talk about like this. So, 7 guys going both ways, and it's really not working on either side of the ball for these guys. That has got to get into your head a little bit, I would think.
Well, especially the passing.
Right.
One of 11. You're right, Mark. 1 of 11. I mean, that has to be in the back of your skull.
Yep.
And you're thinking, what have we got to do to pass? I've thrown 4 interceptions. My gosh, what is going on? This isn't right. This has never happened to me.
Well, as a coach calling plays, I
Right.
mean, you see that? Okay.
Yeah.
We've caught 1. They've caught 4. So we've thrown 4 to them. We've gotten 1 to our guys. We're down 35-2. What are we going to do here?
Right.
I mean, there's not too many. Doesn't give you too much confidence calling plays. And the one pass he did complete, I think it was like a flare out here for no gain. Is that correct?
I think we had 1 for 12, and
Okay.
that was probably yards after the catch.
That was that was when Skeens got hit over the middle was the completion mark.
Oh, that's
Okay,
right.
all right,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. That's right.
the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, they've Bishop Dwenger's defense really limiting the options that Mississinewa can present to be successful through the air. Yanko and company up front kind of really dismantling.
That's where it starts.
That's where it starts, yeah.
They set the tone early.
They
Henry and Yanko set the tone early on that defense side of the ball by getting to them, getting to McCoy, the quarterback, and disrupting things.
We're going to go. Mark, stand by just a second, Mark.
Sure.
What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and step out for a little 1-minute break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the third and fourth quarter, what we might be able to expect coming up, and we're also going to check in with Nick Gray for some halftime highlights from around the area. So stick around, football fans. Much more to come after this 1-minute break. You're listening to high school playoff football action right here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Successful coaches make changes to succeed by calling timeouts to make needed adjustments. For it's clear, no change equals no change. This is David X with Union Savings Bank in Fort Wayne. I started mortgage lending in 1988. Since then, I've been trusted by thousands of area homeowners. I offer low closing costs and great rates on home lending so you can save big money both up front and over the life of your loan. Make a change for the better when purchasing a different home or refinancing to lower your payment. Call timeout, get your mortgage statement in hand. Call me anytime for your free mortgage checkup. And make sure you compare. Call David X, 418-6191. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A clean office space. Okay, that's an easy choice, and choosing the right company to clean your business is easy too. Sioka's Professional Cleaning is the choice of a lot of Fort Wayne companies because of the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Sioka's does it with built-in check systems to make sure your business is cleaned beyond your expectations every time. First impressions are critical, so make sure yours is always the best with professional cleaning from Sioka's. The best people, the best service. 483-2112 or online at siokas.com.
We are back to live action here after that little 1-minute break. Joe, I don't know that I've ever heard Godfather talk so fast
Can you
before.
believe how fast he talked in that commercial? The Godfather, U.S. Savings Bank.
Oh, man, good heavens. We are broadcasting live from the beautiful Bishop John Michael Darcy Stadium here on the campus of the University of St. Francis, where the Dwenger Saints lead the Mississinewa Indians 35-2. While we have a few more seconds here in the halftime show, we're going to check in with Nick Gray, who has some scores and updates from around the area. It is playoff football action, so every game counts. Nick Gray, what do you have for us?
Well, you win or you go home, right?
That's right.
That's it. So Homestead's beating Northrop right now 38-24 at the half. So that sounds like a crazy game over there. Warsaw's winning up on Carroll 13-7. Goshen, that game started half hour late. They're playing at Northside. They're beating Northside right now 9-0. Snyder's leading Concord 35-3. New Haven is beating Southside 23-7. So remember, Bishop Dwenger will play the winner of that game, assuming the Saints win tonight. Bishop Leward is rolling at Peru 41-6, and they will play the winner of the Belmont Concordia matchup. And Concordia is winning 34-0. And I think Peter Morrison has 4 throws for touchdowns over there. So that'll be an interesting game next week. And then the other game I'm following is Cherubusco's beating Whitco 13-6. So that's what we got. Back up to you guys.
All right, very good. We're going to go ahead and keep the sideline mic live for mic number 1 with Mark Watts down on the field. Okay, Coach, we talked and lamented about the situation that Mississinewa is in, 35-2. They can't get it done in the air. They can't get it done on the ground. 35-2 is a score. What, as a coach, do you do at this point? Are you looking for small victories? What, just trying to move the chains? What, tell me about it, Coach. What do you think?
Okay, especially, they're undefeated, so they've not been in this situation. You've got to go through. Okay, that was half. We can't change that half. Now we've got to come out and let's win this half. Let's win this half. I think that's what you're saying. So let's get a first down. Let's get 1 or 2. But let's win this half, and at least we're going to feel good about ourselves, and this is how we're going to be get ourselves ready for next year to be more competitive in this 4A division.
And, Joe, you talked about the Halloween score here. You know, really what's scary from this perspective, when you look at the playmakers for Mississinewa, I mean, you've got a true freshman out there in Cade Campbell, the stud running back. He is a freshman. Heisman Skeens, he's a sophomore.
Yeah, quarterback junior.
Yeah, quarterback's a junior. These kids can obviously play and play very well. We've seen some glimmers of hope and brightness out there. So I think this program in the future should maintain that level of talent and be quite good. But what's your thoughts on the second half tonight?
Well, it's interesting. I want to get back with Watts a little bit. I got a question for him. Marking a game like this, let's just assume the Saints go on to hang on and win. Do you take this? What do you tell your team after the game? Do you say, hey, this is where we need to be, guys. This is the bar, okay? And how do you parlay that into next year?
You mean for Dwenger?
No, for Mississinewa. What do you if the Saints go on and win big, how do you parlay this? How do you say, guys, this is where we need to get? I mean, does this serve as motivation for the offseason?
Oh, goodness sakes, yes, Joe, because I didn't want to bring this up, but I brought my team from KV in the regional up to Fort Wayne, and we didn't play the competition again like Mississinewa. We didn't play the big schools, and we got beat by 13, but what we learned from that, all right, we've got to be able to throw the ball better. We've got to get better on defense especially. I think Mississinewa's got to really improve their pass defense. And we've got to get stronger in the weight room, because if we're going to compete in this class, these are the things we have to change. And so for Mississinewa, I'd say we've got to get our secondary squared away, and we've got to play multiple defenses. That's what I see right there for them.
So I think that, Sean, I think if the Saints go on and win this game, I think Mississinewa can use this as a building block to know that, okay, it's not just good enough to win our conference and beat up on all the little schools.
Right.
We want more than that, and this is what it's going to take. It's going to take work in the weight room in the offseason. It's going to take us changing our schemes a little bit, developing some depth, and those type of things.
But, Joe, let's talk about the Saints. I mean, this is the best they've looked.
The best, by far. Trust me, by far.
So it started with the hitting.
Yeah.
They just come out and smack these guys in the nose. They did the same thing to Snyder. So what Coach Schwartzow's going to say, guys, this is the level we need to play out at next week. New Haven hasn't played our competition. So
good point.
This is what we can do, because we play in the SAC and we knocked the heck out of Mississinewa. That first quarter at New Haven, we're just going to button them up and knock them in the nose, and let's see what they've got.
And let's see what happens. And to your point, Mark, BD, total yards for the first half at 341. Mishawaka 128. So the Indians are well off their average. They're averaging 435 yards per game, 128 in the first half. Let's see if the Saints can put together a complete game. I don't know that they've had a complete game all year, Sean.
Right.
Let's see if it's going to happen here tonight at the University of St. Francis.
Will they take the second half off is the question for the Saints, and will we see Amon Clark back on the field as well? That's another big question for me. Well, right now the Saints are getting ready to kick off. They're going to kick off right to left on your dial. We've got 12 more minutes put back on the clock, and the start of the third quarter is seconds away. 35-2. Saints on top and rolling. C.J. Booth. Ball is at the 40 in the middle of the field. The whistle blows, and here comes the kick. Booth puts his leg into it. High end over end kick, fading to the left side. It's going to be taken near the 8-yard line. Stepping back, trying to find some room across the field. Dancing through the line, getting tackled from behind, just north of the 20, out to the 22. And that is where the Mississinewa Indians will take over.
Sean, it's worth mentioning, this offense of the Indians has only turned the ball over 6 times all year between fumbles and interceptions. All their players, all the games they've been in blowouts, all the subs that have played, they've only turned the ball over 6 times all season, 4 in the first half.
Wow.
Here tonight.
Here they come on offense. They are led by Cade McCoy. McCoy, the junior quarterback, checking in at 6'1", 170. He's got split backs, gets in under center, rolling to the right, looking to throw on first down. Henry with the pursuit. He flushed out of the pocket. Flag comes out, gets out to the 30-yard line, gets a stick before he's going to be dropped near the 31-yard line. This one may be coming back, however, as he was running for his life as Big Sam Henry was chasing him in the backfield, and that is the call, holding against Mississinewa.
Yeah, Sam Henry was violated there in the backfield.
So this is going to move back. Folks, just a reminder that Hubcap Express is the expert in run-flat tires and plus-size fitment. If you need your rims straightened, Hubcap Express fixes bent rims. For all your tire needs, visit Hubcap Express, located at 606 West Coliseum Boulevard, and on the web at hubcapexpress.com.
Sean?
Mark Watts.
That's not what you wanted to come out in the third quarter when you're coach.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. You just can't do that.
Yep, 1st and 25 now after the penalty. I formation. Ball now resting at the 6-yard line. Here's a snap, give to the tailback through the middle. He's going to get Heisman Skeens, going to take it north of the 10, out to the 11-yard line.
Effinger on the stop for the Saints.
Call that a gain of 5. And that is going to bring up a 2nd and 20 now. Again, we talked about it. Mark, you're right. The critical first drive after the halftime break. We're watching it unfold right here for the Mississinewa Indians. They're driving left to right on your radio dial. Now facing a 2nd and 20 with 11 minutes to go. Play action. Rolling to the left. He's looking to throw. He's got pressure. Yanko has him and drops him. Is it a safety is the question.
No, on the 1-yard line I think is where it's going.
Yanko.
Our PA announcer, Sam Henry, really having some fun talking about Frankie Yanko over the air right there. And a huge sack for Yanko. That was a 10-yard sack?
In on the tackle as well.
From the 11 back to the 1, a 10-yard sack for Frankie Yanko brings up a 3rd and 30 now.
3rd and 30.
For Mississinewa. I don't know, Joe, if there is a 3rd and 30 play in the playbook here.
We want to be real careful, Sean.
Yeah, they're hard up against it. Here's a quick dive pattern. As the first man through gets it out to the 4, maybe the 5-yard line, and the punt team comes on for Mississinewa. So really no change there for Mississinewa other than negatively as they come out after the halftime break. The Saints defense really putting on a lot of pressure and creating a short field so far for the Saints.
Right, the Saints punt returners are lined up on their the Mississinewa 35.
Yeah. Effinger and Hake back there. Here's a snap into the end zone. The kick is up. It's a great kick by Mississinewa, taken near the 37, bobbled, and then covered up near the 40. As Effinger couldn't get a paw on it. And they're going to mark it right at the 40-yard line as the Saints still retain possession.
A good punt there by Mississinewa in a bad position, 36-yarder.
So they place the ball at the 40, and here comes Pichelny and company, leading 35-2 to start their third quarter efforts. 1st and 10, again at the Mississinewa 40 as they break huddle and come to the line. 2 wing backs, 2 wideouts to the left. Pichelny's in the shotgun. Amon Clark not on the field right now. Hudson in the motion, play action to him, going to the right side, wide open is Black, tipped. Black has it at the 5.
Wow.
Off of the tip, Black maintains focus and takes it down to the 5-yard line.
That's a great play by Black. Black has struggled a little bit in certain games this year, not focusing and not bringing the ball in. Pure focus right there by Black to bring in that tipped ball.
From the 40 down to the 5, 35-yard catch that time by Black. Here's a snap, quarterback keeper through the middle, getting a nice push from that line. He won't get in. We'll call that a gain of 3, bringing it down to the 2-yard line. And now we see some fresh numbers coming in for the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
Lucas Lehrman checking in, number 88. Lucas is a 6'7", 195-pound tight end.
He checks in for Eddie Morris in that tight end position. Split backs this time, wide out left and right. Pichelny in the shotgun from the 2 on 2nd and goal. Here's a snap. Going around the right side, that's Jordan Hudson getting in, touchdown.
Touchdown, Jordan Hudson.
Jordan Hudson is 2nd on the night, right, Joe?
2nd on his night, Sean. You're right. He's had 2 rushing touchdowns all season. He's matched that total here tonight.
So a 2-yard scamper, end around right side. Jordan Hudson with 6 more points on the board for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. And C.J. Booth will come in, see if he can tack on another. Beautiful night here at Bishop John M. Darcy Stadium, getting a little cooler, but not a lot of wind. And here's the snap. Oh, does it get in? It looks like it might have been tipped. Oh, it just goes over the crossbar.
That was the drive of tips, Sean.
Yes, you're right. It is a good PAT. 42-2 is your score. Saints on top. We're back in 30 seconds. You're listening to high school football playoff action on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Amore's Pizza proudly supports Catholic sports. Try our Chicago-style stuffed pizza made with top-quality meats and cheeses. Your mouth will taste the difference. We also offer gluten-free options or many unique items. Amore's Pizza is located at 933 East DuPont Road, right off Coldwater. Full menu and specials can be found at amorespizza.net or call 490-9099. Amore's Pizza, where our food is made with love.
8:45 remaining here in the third quarter. The Bishop Dwenger Saints on top of the Mississinewa Indians 42-2 at this point. Just a very special thanks to all the listeners to Redeemer Radio. What a beautiful week of Share-a-thon we just completed tonight at the 7 o'clock hour. And again, very special thanks. Folks, again, if you weren't able to listen or get your pledge in this week, that's okay. You can still give us a call at 436-1450 and make a pledge to Redeemer Radio anytime. But again, for all those who've donated and volunteered and on air and off air especially, many thanks and God bless you for all your efforts. Here's C.J. Booth's kick. It is a high end over end kick taken in the end zone, and a touchback ensues. So C.J. Booth really getting his leg into it tonight, Joe.
He really is. He's doing a nice job putting in the end zone. That's what you like. Take the special teams right out of play.
Right.
I'm just really amazed at the complete effort we're seeing here tonight by the Saints. I mean, the Saints had that fumble early.
Yep.
And I thought, okay, here we go.
Yes. And the safety.
And the safety.
You know.
Okay, but other than that,
pretty complete game.
Pretty complete game, Sean. Yeah. I agree.
Here comes Cade McCoy and company on offense for Mississinewa. Looking back to his two split backs behind him. He's under center with a wide out to the right side. Here's a snap, gives it to the tailback, and he is wrapped up immediately and going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Giving forward progress to the 20.
McGeary and Fabini on the stop.
Sean?
Mark Watts, ladies and gentlemen.
I think that Dwenger's in a 50, knowing that they were 1 for 11 in the first half. They're just going to play their run defense and force them to throw.
Sure, cover zero and put another, yeah, okay. Good call. Yeah, you're right.
You're talking about this offense, Sean, for Mississinewa. They have 5 seniors, 4 juniors, a sophomore, and a freshman. So only 5 players will leave this offense. Good things in the future for them.
Power eye right. Give it to the tailback, looking for some room. Dancing through the line, left side. Nice push. Gets past the 25, out close to the 30 before Heisman Skeens is tackled. And let's see, that's going to be a nice run. Gain of about 7, possibly 8, out to the 28-yard line.
Nick's on the stop for the Saints.
It's a 3rd and 2. And again, we've seen Mississinewa really have trouble on third down conversions here. Here's a snap, first man through, blast through the middle, dragging tacklers with him. He will have enough. That's Costin Ormsby, number 7, the fullback, getting it done and moving the chains.
Sean?
Let's check in with Mark.
All right, so now Mississinewa, he asked me what the coach would do. Now he's going to run power eye. He said, okay, guys, let's just go down. We've got 4 downs to do it. Let's just get something happening here. So as power going against power, let's see if they can do it.
Here we go. Again, that power eye right formation. Give to the tailback. It's north of the 34 to the 36.
3-yard gain, Sean.
Yes.
They're just pounding. Well, there's no receivers. It's all bunched up. Let's go.
And what this does, it keeps that Dwenger offense off the field. You know, again, they need that 3 or 4 yard push every time, but if they can do that, then that keeps Dwenger's offense off the field, which is another key small victory that time for Mississinewa.
And the clock's running.
And don't go to sleep on a play action at some point here.
Right. Here is again, give to the fullback, number 7, Costin Ormsby on the carry. Going to Nash his way through the line, bringing up a 3rd and 5 now, out to the 38-yard line.
Nash his way through the line. I like that. I do like that.
It's very pigskinny.
Yeah. Speaking of Nash, and I had lunch with the Godfather today.
Did you?
Yeah. We went to the Venice. We had some pie.
Did you?
Pizza at the Venice. Oh yeah, Godfather just did a great effort by the Godfather.
Did you maintain the safe zone?
I did.
Okay, good.
Arm's length.
Okay, good. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Indians now. And this may not constitute, the new formation now. Twins to the right side, one wide left and a single setback. Here's a snap. He looks to throw. Outside pressure, airs it out, up and batted away that time. And no good. That was number 30. I think that's McGeary, wasn't it?
McGeary.
Went up and batted that ball away.
McGeary's one of those young men that's getting better every week. Remember, as a sophomore, early in the season, you play like a sophomore. By the end of the year, you're playing like a junior. That's what a really smart coach named Mark Watts told me.
4th and 5 coming up for Mississinewa, as they weren't able to convert on that 3rd down. And the punt team is on. Effinger and Hake back deep for the Saints, standing near their own 33-yard line. And it looks like Hake's going to grab this one from the 29, steps out of one tackle, gets to the sideline, wrapped up and thrown down near the 35. So a little 5-yard return by Hake that time. And the Saints will come out on offense from their own 35. Well, folks, just a reminder that Redeemer Radio is pleased to announce Redeemer Radio Odysseys, offering spiritual travel for our community. Join Father Chris Lapp and Father Jason Freiberger on our first international pilgrimage to the Holy Land in September of 2017. You can learn more at redeemerradio.com/travel. 5:47 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 42-2 is your score. Saints on top. Saints working off the left hash mark now. And here's a quarterback draw. He's got a big seam. Left side 40, 45, 50. Down to the 40, 35, 30. As Piccioni gets knocked out of bounds inside the red zone of Mississinewa.
Wow, great block by the Honey Badger. Isaac.
I just saw it.
Block. Wow.
Mark Watts, what'd you see out there?
Okay, I was watching it, and he just pancaked it. We call that a pancake block. You just pick a guy up, put him on his back, and you could hear it all the way over here with my headset on. And after he just knocked the heck out of the guy, he picked him up, patted him on the butt, and then went around the sideline. He just was fired up going to his teammates in the sideline. It was pretty cool.
All right, so inside the red zone, down to the 18-yard line now for the Saints. Piccioni under center now, has a man in motion to the far side. Here's a quick give through the middle, driving down to the 10-yard line. Cornwell that time with a nice run. Gain of about 8 or 9, down to the 10.
Yeah, you know what? You block a guy like that on the previous play, Honey Badger, we're going to give you the ball the next one.
That's right. Brings up a 2nd and 2, so a very short field now for the Saints. As Hudson checks out. Saints taking their time back in the huddle now. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And here they come to the line with 10 seconds to go on the play clock. Single setback. Twins right and left. Man in motion now from the slot across the line of scrimmage. Here's again a give to Cornwell through the middle.
Wow.
Untouched. Touchdown.
What vision by the Honey Badger.
Wow.
The hole wasn't there, but we saw it from here. It was just to the right. He saw it. He hopped over. Clear sailing all the way to pay dirt.
Untouched. An 8-yard scamper by the fullback Cornwell puts 6 more points on the board for the Saints with 4:49 remaining in the 3rd quarter. C.J. Booth coming in for the PAT. No, that's not Booth.
That is number 99, and you know who that is. That's John Paul Filler. He's a sophomore place kicker, 5'10", 170.
Filler in. The snap is down. The kick is up, and it hits a post.
And in.
And in. All right, so
Everything's
Filler.
going right.
Yeah, chips one in, and another point on the board, taking their score 49-2.
How about his reaction?
And the Saints looking good so far here. We're going to step out for a little 30-second break. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
You can help support your Catholic parish or school with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Elevate program. You'll not only enjoy excellent personal service and save money with your new loan or credit card, you'll also be giving money back to the participating parish or school you care about. Let Notre Dame Federal Credit Union elevate all participating parishes or schools. Elevate can be reached at 844-230-6611 or visit us online at ndelevate.com. Independent from the university.
With Mark Watts and Joe Wharton, I'm Sean McBride welcoming you back to 3rd quarter action here at Bishop John M. Darcy Stadium. on the campus of the University of St. Francis, where the Dwenger Saints are in control, quite possibly having the best game of the season so far against the 4A Mississinewa Indians, as the score is 49-2. Saints on top and in charge.
Update soon.
After the kickoff, we'll check in with Nick Gray down on the sidelines with some updates from around the area, as CJ Booth is in to kick this one off from the 40. A little bit of a wind now out there as we take a look at Old Glory. Flag still pretty still on top of the goalpost, though. CJ Booth getting the whistle, and here comes the kick. End over end kick. Again, this one might make the end zone, and it does. So no opportunity for return. Interesting to see that the coaching staff for Bishop Dwenger that was up top decides to come down to the field. So I think the coaches really have this one in hand.
They know what plays they're going to run.
That's right. Forward. Nick Gray, let's check in with him with some updates. Nick, what do you have for us?
Well, we've got Homestead still beating Northrop 38-24. No changes there so far in the third quarter. Warsaw's up on Carroll 13-7. Goshen's really beating Northside. They're at Northside tonight 35-0. Snyder, a lot of big blowouts tonight. It's beating Concord 49-3. New Haven's beating Southside 23-7. So quite possibly the Saints will be playing the Bulldogs next week. Bishop Luers is beating Peru 41-6. Concordia's really giving it to Belmont. They're leading 47-0. So I see a Luers Cadets rematch coming up in our future. Cherubusco's beating Whitco 20-6. And then also South Adams is beating Woodland 14-7.
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Check that score, Nick.
I better audit that one, but that's what I got. It's on the paper. Talk to you later.
All right, Mississinewa's first play from scrimmage. Again, a bad snap that time, and they just have to cover it. So it brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 20. 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Split backs this time. Quarterback in the shotgun. 5-man front for Dwenger. Here's a snap. Here's a quick give to the second man through on the right side. Just trying some power options here for the Mississinewa Indians. Going to fall forward for a gain of a couple out to the 22. Looks like we've got some clean jerseys in there as well for the Dwenger Saints defense as well, Joe.
Right, starting to see some new numbers work in. 57, Stephen Nix. He's not a new jersey. He's been in the whole game. He's was in on that stop. So we're going to keep an eye on the roster. We'll get some of these names out there.
So Mississinewa now facing a 3rd and 8 after that gain of 2. Same formation. 2 backs abreast of the quarterback, 5 yards deep. Here's a snap. Again, this time they try the left side, hit immediately and dropped. Fabini with a big tackle for loss of 1 that time. And again, that's going to bring up a 4th and long.
Yeah, and new quarterback in for Mississinewa as well, number 19. Not sure of that young man's name, but McCoyne is getting a break.
So the punt team is on for the men in white. Effinger and Hake back deep for the Saints. They move back past the 50-yard line to the 48. Again, a short field coming up for the Saints if, in fact, things go their way. Good snap by Mississinewa. The kick is up, and a good punt that time, taken near the 46. Around the middle of the field, looking for a lane, is Effinger. He gets across the 50. Not much there, down to the Mississinewa 48. So 48 yards to go for the Saints, and it'll be interesting to see if Piccioni and company come out for the men in gold.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some more of Eddie Morris, but what I do see is most of that offensive line is, starting offensive line is still out there. A couple new guys check in. Number 74, Drew Dicer's out there. I'd love to see 74 take the field. And it looked like 53 is, no, not 53. I'll have to check that number. But anyway.
Eddie Morris is your quarterback now, number 12. We've seen him during the regular season come in and manage a game very well. I formation for the Saints now. 2 wideouts to the right side. Here's a quick give to the tailback. Finds a seam out to the side. He's at the 40, the 35, stiff-arming his way down to the 33-yard line.
That's Chip Clark. That's Amon Clark's younger brother. Chip Clark is a junior.
Wearing number 20. And again, moving the chains more than enough there for a first down. They mark the ball at the 33-yard line of Mississinewa. 15-yard game that time by Chip Clark. As Eddie Morris now has the gold helmets in the huddle, and here they come with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Again, recapping your score, 49-2, Saints on top. I formation, give to the tailback. That's Clark again looking for some room for the middle, and he finds some down to the 25-yard line. Nice patient run there.
It was patient, and what's surprising is I really haven't seen Chip Clark run any tailback all year. It's usually Effinger or Mon Clark or Jordan Hudson, some of those guys, Isaac Cornwell. So this is my first look at Chip Clark, and I agree with you, Sean. I thought he showed some patience there and some vision, and had a nice little game.
Gain of 8 that time, bringing up a 2nd and 2. Ball now resting at the 25-yard line of Mississinewa. So they're 5 yards outside the red zone. Remember, folks, you can follow us on Twitter at 1063sports. On 2nd and 2, they give it to Clark again, left side, dragging tacklers with him. Look at that run, inside the 20, down to the 17.
Hey, big brother, whatever you can do, I can do better.
That's right.
Okay.
Hey. We've got an Indian down on the field. So we've got an injury timeout on the field. Got a young man down as the Saints and the Indians go to their respective sidelines here. Well, folks, next week we are pretty much, I think, Joe, we're locked into the Saints again next week. This could be a very huge matchup. The Bishop Dwenger Saints taking on, presumably at this point, the New Haven Bulldogs. My question is, I've been out of town, I haven't had a chance to look. Is that a Zollner Stadium?
No, that'll be at New Haven. Okay. If I did my bracket right, that'll be at New Haven High School. And just like last year, the Saints had to go through New Haven last year on their road to the state championship. But that was last year.
Right.
Forget it.
Yeah, not the same.
New Haven is really playing good football right now.
They are.
They haven't played the schedule that the Saints have, but they are loaded top to bottom all over the field. The Saints will have their work cut out for them.
That they will. Again, when we talk about New Haven, strength of schedule, any of these teams, but the difference with New Haven, they have seen the strength and speed that Dwenger displays.
Well, that's right, and they've played teams like East Noble, Leo. They've played some of these teams, so they've seen some quality opponents. But a lot of their schedule is lesser opponents.
Right.
And, when I was looking at this game, I was trying to figure out this Mississinewa Indian team. And, the stats are gaudy.
Yes.
They're just really, really good. And I wondered, but watching film on them, I just keep wondering, where would I put them in the SAC? If I pick this team up and put them in the SAC, where do I put them? And I kept coming back to mid-pack.
Joe?
And, who's in mid-pack of the SAC this year? The Saints are. So maybe they're not a mid-pack team.
Yeah. What do you have for us, Mark?
Let's don't forget, New Haven played Dwenger last year. And when you put that film on, they're going to New Haven will be reminded how hard and how good Dwenger is. So don't forget that. They played them last year, and you don't forget that stuff.
The injury timeout is over as the Mississinewa Indian is taken off the field here. Here's again a quick give through the middle. Clark again on the carry. So this drive is featuring Chip Clark, the junior running back from Dwenger, wearing number 20. This time he takes it down to the 11, in between the 11 and 10-yard line. So the Saints already, again, knocking on the door with just over a minute to go here in the third quarter. If you're just joining us, the score 49-2. Saints on top and in control, and again, threatening.
Well, I tell you, a couple new guys in here on the offensive line. Number 54, Jake Lyons is in. Number 55, Jared Mornier is in.
From the shotgun now, Eddie Morris. Here's a snap. Again, a give to Clark. Left side, gets to the 10. Down near the 5. Takes a step. Gets to get into the end zone. Touchdown.
Chip Clark looks good on this drive, guys. And like I said, I haven't seen him at tailback all year. His first rushing touchdown of the season comes here tonight in sectional play.
The drive started at the 48-yard line, and it was all Chip Clark taking it in, that time for an 11-yard score.
I got something.
And the Saints on top again, 55-2 now. Mark Watts, what do you have for us?
Right in front of me, Amon Clark went out in the field. He's hobbling a little bit, and he hugged his brother. They did the high five, and he was hugging his brother all the way back to the sidelines. That's the stuff. that you love to see.
Darn right.
And I know for a fact these two brothers are extremely close. My daughter's classmate with Chip, and I know the brothers are very close, and you saw it right there.
And it looks like the PAT from Michael Garrett is up and good. So all kinds of Saints on the field now making an impact. 56-2 with 45 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. We're stepping out for a 30-second break. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Programming on Redeemer Radio is underwritten in part by Bob Busher Homes. Floor plan customization is what they specialize in. Find floor plans, building sites, and read Bob's story on the web at bobbusherhomes.com. Bob Busher Homes is locally owned with offices in Fort Wayne and Angola. For more information about new home building or remodeling, Bob Busher Homes can be reached at 260-490-3355.
56-2 is your score as the Bishop Dwenger Saints rolling tonight over the Mississinewa Indians. Chip Clark capping a 48-yard drive that time for the Saints. And it looks like the gold helmet's preparing to kick off. C.J. Booth still in to kick this one away, number 19.
Yeah, Sam Talarico's reaching deep in his playback.
Yeah, what is that, Patsy Cline?
This is
wow.
Boots are made for walking.
That they are. Okay.
We're going to have to talk about
somebody is.
Intervention.
He's been trying for years. He's been unsuccessful. Okay. So the Bishop Dwenger Saints preparing to kick this one away, kicking right to left on your radio dial. C.J. Booth has the ball at the 40 and makes his approach. High end over end kick again. This one a little shorter, but still makes the end zone. And a touchback for the Mississinewa Indians.
C.J. Booth on the kick for the Saints.
Let's talk about these two coaches real quick while we have a minute. Over for the Indians, Kurt Funk is in his 7th year. He's won 46 games, Sean, and lost 28. That's a 60%. He's won 60% of his games. Coach Schwarzkopf in his 14th year, can you believe it? 14th year.
Wow.
He's won 138 and lost 44. He has a winning percentage of 69. So 69 for Coach Schwarzkopf, 60 for Kurt Funk.
High formation now for Mississinewa. Here is a snap. Uh-oh. Fumble snap. It is on the ground. It is a scrum near the 20. And let's see what we have here. Second down? Yes, second down. So Mississinewa retains possession that time.
And it looked like Fabini on the stop.
All right.
Going to get some of these new numbers in there, Sean.
Yeah, and I need to check that. Unfortunately, I just have the starters for Mississinewa there. Looks like number 3 for the Indians checking in as the quarterback. And that might be part of the issue. New player personnel, different hands.
Right, they're probably getting some seniors in as well, Sean.
Right.
Max Coffey is checked into the game for Bishop Dwenger. He's a junior linebacker, 5'11", 185.
And it looks like that's going to do it. 12 more minutes on the clock. Your fourth quarter action coming up right after this 1 minute break. 56-2. The Bishop Dwenger Saints rolling over the Mississinewa Indians. Folks, you're listening to 106.3 FM, WRDF, Columbia City, Northeast Indiana.
Successful coaches make changes to succeed by calling timeouts to make needed adjustments. For it's clear, no change equals no change. This is David X with Union Savings Bank in Fort Wayne. I started mortgage lending in 1988. Since then, I've been trusted by thousands of area homeowners. I offer low closing costs and great rates on home lending so you can save big money both up front and over the life of your loan. Make a change for the better when purchasing a different home or refinancing to lower your payment. Call timeout, get your mortgage statement in hand. Call me anytime for your free mortgage checkup. Make sure you compare. Call David X, 418-6191. Number FDIC equal housing lender.
Spherion Staffing, locally owned by the Pentenberg family, excels in finding the best candidates for industrial, clerical, customer service, non-clinical healthcare, IT, and professional direct hire placements. Spherion clients are accustomed to getting the right employees at the right time, every time. Spherion Staffing supports the proud excellence of the Dwenger Saints and the Lures Knights, both on the field and in the classroom. Whether you are seeking your next career move or searching for great employees, call us at 260-496-9900 or visit us on the web at spherion.com/FTWayne.
We are back to live action here at Bishop John Michael Darcy Stadium, where the Saints are on top of the Indians 56-2 at the start of the fourth quarter. Mississinewa with the ball on 2nd and 10, led by Justin Hosier, number 3, the quarterback. I formation. Here is the snap. And it's going to be a quick give, trying to bounce it out to the outside right. Good pursuit angles by the Dwenger defense, limits that gain to inches.
Again, Jacob Fabini.
Handball
Jacob
to carry
Fabini
brought
on the
down
stop
by
over there with
Jacob
Bart
Fabini.
Tittman.
Bart Tittman.
Couple cousins.
Yeah, so they place the ball still at the 20-yard line. Going to work off the right hash mark now.
Max Coffey also in on the stop.
And the play getting called in from the sideline for the Indians. Sticking with that I formation are the men in white. On 3rd and 10. Here's a snap. Again, a quick trap through the middle as they give it to the ball's on the ground. Coughed up by number 7, Ormsby. And do we have a ruling?
Dwenger
It
ball.
is Dwenger ball. So another turnover on the day for Mississinewa, and they just can't find any traction whatsoever tonight.
No, TJ Tittman on the big hit, and I think Jacob Fabini all around. I think he got that fumble recovery.
Getting a text in tonight. Apparently that's not Patsy Cline, but Nancy Sinatra on that, Joe.
I'm glad you cleared that
up. You were
up.
worried about it.
Yeah.
Blake Shear in a quarterback.
Blake Shear is now in a quarterback. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 180. I've heard a lot of good things about this young man as well, Sean.
Well, he's got a short field to work with as the Saints off of the turnover now facing a 1st and 10 from the Mississinewa 21 with 11:09 remaining in the contest. 56-2 is your score. Shear with an I formation behind him. Give to the tailback, looking for some room. Is number 17,
Jacob Schwarzkopf.
Okay.
Jacob Schwarzkopf is a junior running back, 5'8", 145. He's the grandson of head coach Chris Schwarzkopf. 34 checks in, Henry Hilger. Henry Hilger is a 155-pound young man. There's going to be a lot of names we're calling.
Henry Hilger played ball for St. Vincent's. This kid's tough as nails.
Hey, he's ready to bring it here on Friday night.
10:35 remaining in the contest. 56-2 is your score. 2nd and 9 now coming up for the Saints. I formation. Shear with the snap. Give to, again, number 17. We'll find nothing for Schwarzkopf as he's hit in the backfield and brought down.
Not much there. Could be an understatement, Sean.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to call that a loss of 2, possibly 3, bringing up a 3rd and 13. Again, this is 2nd and 3rd teamers up front for the Saints. And looks like that starting defensive line still in there for Mississinewa.
Alec Bunt checks in. Number 81, Paul Cochran checks in. Number 81, of course, used to be worn by one George Tallarico.
Yes.
I thought maybe they retired that number.
Here come the Saints on 3rd and 13. Give to the fullback right through the middle, 34. He bounces off of one tackle, gets down to about the 15. Hilger showing that tough nose that time. Gets some positive yards. Gain of about 8, bringing up gain of 9, bringing up a 4th and 4.
Well, Sam Strack now checks in. He's a junior offensive lineman, 6'2", 260, Sean.
4th and 4. The offense still on the field for the Saints here. Taking their time back in the huddle. From the 15. I formation, wide out left and right. Here's a snap. Give to the fullback through the middle. He will be shy. He won't convert on 4th and 4. And that's going to give the ball back to the Indians.
This is exactly what you'd expect to see from Coach Schwarzkopf. He's up 56-2. He's just going to dive it right in the middle of the play. And so let's look ahead. Maybe we can get Mark involved here and talk about next week for maybe both teams, Bishop Luers and Bishop Dwenger. Sean, what are your thoughts about the Saints and Bulldogs?
Well, I'm very excited about that opportunity. Talking about the other side of the coin, having seen Concordia and Bishop Luers already, but haven't seen New Haven play. So I am very excited about that matchup. Really, based upon tonight's performance by the Saints, I think this is the best they've played. They may be peaking just at the right time.
Well, it's the best I've seen them play.
I know, right? Considering still all the people that they're missing. They are missing Sledge, Winklejohn,
Luther Hall.
Luther Hall is gone.
Houck's gone.
Houck is gone. Jaws is gone.
Amon Clark's been hurt.
Amon Clark is dinged up again tonight.
Yeah.
And still they have been able to field a very solid game tonight.
This is the best I've seen the offensive and defensive lines play all season. And I think it starts. I know it starts there.
Yeah, and speaking of that point, we haven't even really talked about penalties tonight.
Right, penalties.
You know?
I have written that down, and I could have missed one. I had the Saints with one penalty, 1 5-yarder, and Jose confirms it.
Yeah. Hey,
so
that's impressive.
It is.
That is impressive to me right there.
4 interceptions. And I mean, this is a team that didn't get the interceptions this year, and now there's another fumble there by Mississinewa. Remember, this is a team that turned it over 6 times all season.
Right.
They've turned it over 6 times tonight.
Yeah, 4 interceptions and 2 fumbles.
Yeah, right.
Boy, oh boy.
But I want to talk to Mark, because Mark has seen New Haven on film, so we want to work him into this conversation.
Here,
yeah.
finally.
Tell us, Mark, why this is not your father's New Haven Bulldog team.
Well, in my opinion, Joe, I've watched him on film. The quarterback is playing exceptionally well. He's not just a thrower and an athlete. He takes care of the ball. He can throw a lot of different routes, and he's just really poised. He's playing as a senior. And Deshaun Jones, their running back, is the real deal. I mean, he's just fast. He's a good running back. He can catch it out of the backfield, and they've got a couple of good receivers. But the biggest thing, they're not turning it over, Joe. Last year, Dwenger beat them, and I think New Haven had at least, 2 or 3 turnovers.
Right.
And they're not turning this over this year. And defensively, also, they're faster than they've ever been, I believe, up front. So this is not your typical New Haven team. It really is the best team that they've had over there probably in the last 15, 16 years.
Well, you know, Mark, what you've just described to me a lot is this Mississinewa team, right? Mm-hmm. An accurate passer, athletes, receivers, good up front, defensively sound. The only thing maybe this team, doesn't have is that the speed that you're talking about. Obviously, this Mississinewa team doesn't have the speed New Haven does.
Joe, I disagree. The quarterback is so much better for New Haven. The running back is so much better than what we see out here tonight.
Okay.
I think the big key is going to be hitting again. That was the difference. If Dwenger can come out and knock New Haven in the nose and really punch him in the mouth, let's see what New Haven has. I think that's what we're going to see in that first quarter is going to be the key to the game.
Mark, but when I watched this McCoy on film, and I watched a couple of his games, he seemed to be a good passer, complete 70% of his passes, 21 touchdowns, 1 interception on the year. So, I mean, he was making the throws, the outs, the rolling. I was amazed at the lack of success he had here tonight.
Well,
I expected more out of him.
He just he hadn't been up against the secondary.
And he got hit early, remember. And
he got hit early. And when you do that, you start getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker.
Back to live action here right now. The Saints with the ball at the 10-yard line of Mississinewa. Again, just driving that clock down and down and down. We're at 6 minutes to go in the contest. The Pups are in, and we're down to an academic scrimmage at this point. 56-2 is your score. And again, Coach Schwarzkopf keeping the big playmakers off the field. And on 4th down that time, they are not able to convert and give the ball back to Mississinewa again. Well, Mark, we're going to keep the conversation going because, again, we follow Bishop Dwenger and Bishop Luers. And so let's go to the other contest as the Concordia Cadets look to be facing the Bishop Luers Knights. Last week, we had the Knights. And again, they turned in a performance last week against Northwestern, which I thought was brilliant. I mean, when you look at Jalen Charlton in the second half, he was on the sidelines working on his basket weaving skills because he wasn't even needed. I mean, this coming contest, though, they're going to need everybody to play their A++ games against Concordia.
I think, Sean, it's more going to come to their defense. I mean, Concordia's offense, they can throw it, they can run it, and last time Luers' defense did not come to play that night. So they are playing better. They've made some different moves in the secondary, some personnel, but this should be a heck of a ball game. But Luers has to play defense, but you're going up against the quarterback.
Morrison.
That's what it comes down to.
He's just that good, and he's smart.
Yeah, he is. He is a surgeon. He picked them apart last time. Used every weapon possible, and boy, does he have some weapons, Joe.
Yeah, he does, and you talk about Peterson Curligrand. How good is he?
Right.
And you talk about the receiving corps, Mahlers, first-team All-SAC receiver. and a very serviceable offensive line. They did a nice job this year. And confidence.
Yes.
How much confidence do the Cadets have?
Darn right.
So, yes, I think that's what you have to look at with Bishop Luers. I think their offense, Bishop Luers' offense, can be fine. I think Nieves is really starting to find his stride. But can the defense slow down that confident offense that the Cadets are going to bring in next week to Luers Field?
Because they can do everything. They can throw, they can run, they use multiple formations to put you in bad defenses, basically, so that they really exploit their offensive capabilities. And this is what Luers is going to have to adjust to, because they didn't the first time.
That's what they have to do. Yeah. And two great matchups next week.
Right.
Really, two great. If we could just clone ourselves and do 2 games, that would be a great deal.
Well, I don't know if we'd want ever to do that.
I think the mold of me is gone.
Good. I hope they broke
good
it.
is right.
All right, under 4 minutes to go in this contest, and the punt team is on for Mississinewa here, back deep in their own territory, and it looks like a flag is going to come out for hitting that punter. And so this is going to be academic on the return that time.
Final update.
Into Mississinewa. Just a reminder, folks, here before we talk to Nick Gray, that historic St. Felix Catholic Center is open for retreats. Located in Huntington, Indiana on 30 scenic acres, with plenty of recreational areas and a serene Blessed Mother grotto. St. Felix Catholic Center is the perfect location for a single day of prayer to overnight retreats. It's the former home of Venerable Solanus Casey, so plan your visit today by visiting them online at www.sfcatholiccenter.com. Let's check in with Nick Gray.
Well, guys, we found a comfortable position down here on the sidelines. All 3 of us are sitting on the bench watching the Cubs game on Mark's phone.
We need an update of the Cubs.
Yeah. 0-0. So anyhow, it looks like obviously Homestead's going to win tonight. They're beating Northrop 52-24. Warsaw's beating Carroll 23-7. Goshen's up on Northside 35-0. This is our first final of the evening. Snyder did end up beating Concord by 56-3. New Haven just scored again, and they're beating Southside 30-7. Bishop Luers, the last I heard, was beating Peru 41-6. Concordia scored again, so they're leading Belmont 47-0. And then Cherubusco's beating Whitco 20-6. And I did double check that Woodland South Adams matchup. It was indeed South Adams was winning 14-7. It became 14-14, and then South Adams scored again, and they're leading Woodland 20-14.
Wow, that would be a shock.
Yes.
Heard around the
Big.
state.
Yeah, you're
okay?
exactly right. Yeah.
Well, Woodland's been winning big all season, so
Right,
that
number
would be
one.
big.
Number
So
one.
that's what we got. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Back up to you
Get
guys.
back to your Cubs game, slacker.
3.5 to go here in the contest, and moving the chains is Mississinewa. We had a face mask penalty coming up against Bishop Dwenger. That moves it even deeper into Dwenger territory.
Second penalty of the night for the Saints.
So they mark the ball down at the 37-yard line. Also, too, just a reminder here that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Bishop Luers High School. Bishop Luers High School, a Catholic educational community that instills in each student dignity, integrity, respect, and responsibility. You can catch the Luers spirit by visiting them online at www.bishopluers.org. Here's an end around on the right side. Carried that time by number 38 for Mississinewa. Check that. That's Kate Campbell, number 35 on the carry.
Tackle again by Fabini. I want to pull Mark back in here. I really want to interrupt him watching that Cubs game.
Yeah, we're working. He should be working as well.
Mark, if Amon Clark is unable to go next week, how big of a factor is that for the Saints team taking on the athletes that this New Haven Bulldogs group is going to bring?
Joe, it's a heck of a factor. He looked the best. I feel he looked the best tonight that I've seen him. And it's going to hurt him again because you put him in the slot, and he's just a threat. He's a threat. You put him in motion, give him the ball, and defensively he looked the best he's looked. So it's got to hurt him. I mean, he's their big threat. He's their big play threat, and you're not going to have next week, I don't think.
I don't think you are either. The way
Like
he's
that.
still hobbling
Like
around.
that.
Yeah. And again, Mark, what that does when you have him out in the secondary creating havoc, that opens Black up maybe, or opens up another receiver for some one-on-one matchups. And we've seen tonight that Black can make those plays out there in space.
it's going to be important that Dwenger throw the football next week.
Right.
And if the offensive line can give him some time, Piccioni, he looked good tonight.
He did.
And he looked poised tonight. And he found the correct receiver tonight. So I think it goes hands in hand. If they can throw the football, then give New Haven a tussle. But they're going to have to throw, I believe, especially with Amon not at 100%.
Well, Amon he has established himself as a heck of a receiving threat.
Right.
You know, when Tommy Steele goes down, somebody had to step up into that role to complement, Bradley Black on the outside. And Amon did that. Again, Amon didn't have any rushing touchdowns all year. Chip Clark has more rushing touchdowns than Amon.
Right.
Now, I can say that. Use that tonight when you get home. But now what do you do, to your point, Sean? Who's that complement? Who's going to draw attention away from Black on the outside? And certainly we hope Amon's okay and can get some treatment this week from the trainers. They've got great trainers at Dwenger. And see if they can get him ready to go next week for a sectional championship.
About a minute to go here in the contest as it becomes academic. 56-2 is your score. Bishop Dwenger has had the pups in for quite some time. Mississinewa putting a drive together here inside the 20 down to the 19, facing a 3rd and 4. But the clock is, of course, an enemy, and going to be some sad faces and some tears on the opposite sideline tonight for the Mississinewa Indians, coming into the contest undefeated and really getting an introduction to SAC football by the Bishop Dwenger Saints. And it's just been really tough.
This could go. This one could go.
This one could on the end around, getting inside the 10, stopping the clock with 28.8 seconds to go with a first down. Nice end around play there. And looking for a late score are the Indians, never giving up, never saying never quit.
Right. The defensive end on the far side got blocked, and there was a lot of green heading to the end zone. Nice play over there. Looks like by number 27, Sam Oberfeld, the sophomore cornerback.
And they're not going to be able to get a play off as they start the clock on the set. And that's going to do it for your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. 56-2 is your final score. The Saints win. We're going to step out for a 1-minute break, give you the final stats, and call it a game. Saints win, Saints win. 56-2 is your score. We're back in 60 seconds. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Hello, I'm Tom Steele with Tom Steele Tire and Auto Repair, a family-owned business for over 35 years. We carry all major brands of new tires, as well as a large selection of quality used tires to save you money. We do all types of auto repairs, be it brakes, alignment, or just fix your air conditioning. Tom Steele Tire, North Clinton or Illinois Road. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
Hi, sports fans. Sean McBride here, inviting you to try the Barbershop experience. St. Joe Center Barbershop, located at the corner of St. Joe Center and Maplecrest, prides itself on professionalism, cleanliness, and a family-friendly atmosphere. In their 3rd generation of family ownership, they have a combined experience of over 125 years. Give them a call at 485-6981. It's my barbershop of choice. That's St. Joe Center Barbershop at 485-6981.
And we are back to live action here at Bishop John M. Darcy Stadium, where the Bishop Dwenger Saints have rolled over the Mississinewa Indians. 56-2 is your final score. And we are going to stay with the Saints for next week's coverage of a sectional championship vie against the New Haven Bulldogs, and see what they can come up with there, as it appears that the Bishop Luers Knights will be doing a rematch against the Concordia Cadets. And Joe, the Luers Knights, they've got a tough road to hoe coming up against Concordia. But conversely, it's always tough to beat a team twice.
It's very tough to beat them twice, Sean, and I'm really torn on which game to even do next
I know.
week.
It's a tough one.
But, we'll get it done, and we're going to bring you a good football game either way. I can guarantee you that.
That's right. So, again, will somebody tell Sam, I don't know what's, you can listen to the crowd music here. He's gone country on us.
The Saints had their best effort of the year, and Sam has had his worst. I mean, we've seen it all tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly
and
right.
And heard it all.
Yeah. Just awaiting the final stats from Jose Lopez up here as the smoke is rolling off the pencil right now, trying to get you the final tally of the 56-2 score by the Bishop Dwenger Saints here from John M. Darcy Stadium. And what a victory it's been. I would call it really, other than a couple of miscues, Joe, a very complete contest by the Bishop Dwenger Saints tonight.
I said it earlier, Sean, I'm going to say it again. This was the most complete game I've seen out of the Saints all season. I've told people this year, and I'm not afraid to say it, there's been games they've been hard to watch.
Yes.
Just the miscues, the missed blocks,
the second quarters,
the missing receivers, the second quarters, the turnovers, the inability to stop some opponents. There's been times they've been hard to watch. Well, by golly, they weren't hard to watch tonight. This was a real pleasure for me. You know I love those gold helmets, and I enjoyed the heck out of this one.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, again, we're just awaiting some final numbers, and it looks like they're rolling in right now. Joe, what do you have for
Here we
us?
go. And Mark said it. Pichelli's going to have to be on next week to beat that Bulldog team. Pichelli tonight was 8 out of 10, 217 yards with 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Rushing, Jordan Hudson, 7 carries, 51 yards, 2 scores. Pichelli carried the rock 12 times for 118 yards, nearly 10 yards a carry for Pichelli on the ground. Great, complete game by that young man. Receiving, 4 catches, 148 yards. I don't know who's that, Jose, receiving. Hold on, he's going to write it in there for me.
I'm guessing that might be Black on there?
Black, there you go. I should have known that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Receiving is Bradley Black, 4 catches, 148 yards, 1 touchdown. Mississinewa passing, McCoy, remember, came in completing 70%, 1 of 12 tonight.
Yeah, that
nice
one
job.
early catch, and that was it.
That one on the might have been their first drive.
Yeah, I think so.
1 out of 12, 12 yards. Rushing, Campbell, 13 carries. He's the freshman, 63 yards. And Heisman, I want to say that name one more time, Heisman Skeens. I love that name, by the way. 9 carries, 46 yards. Not enough touches for their playmaker Skeens tonight.
Yeah, 109 yards on the ground complete tonight for Mississinewa. So hats off to the Saints defense, shutting down the passing attack as well as the running attack, and a good quality victory for the Bishop Dwenger Saints tonight. That's going to do it for our coverage. Join us next week as the Bishop Dwenger Saints take on the New Haven Bulldogs, and keep it locked right here on Redeemer Radio, as tomorrow we have the University of St. Francis here for another home match as they prepare for the playoffs. NAIA Mid-States Football Association Conference game tomorrow here from Bishop Darcy Stadium. That's going to do it for our coverage. Many thanks for the Poinsett family back at the studio, keeping us on the air, doing a fine job. My sideline crew tonight was Nick Gray, and Mark Watts. Up here in the booth was Jose Lopez on stats. My broadcast partner is Joe Wharton, and I'm Sean McBride. Wishing you all a good night. May God bless you, and we'll see you on the sidelines. This is high school football coverage on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Watercolor Financial has the